Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AMD Skyesports Mobile Open Gaming Storage Partner WD Black Gaming Partner Corsair and powered by Loco. My name is Lucifer, and along with me is going to be Darshita. We are back here for day two of semi-finals, where teams are already pumped up. We did have a rest day, so I'm pretty sure we are all going to witness one hell of a matches that is going to be packed today. But before we head over and discuss a lot more about the teams and matches, we have Darshita alongside. And Darshita, how are you doing today before we head to the matches?
Doing great. Thank you for asking, and I hope you are doing fine as well. As you, just let our audience know of what exactly is going to happen today. I really want to share, this that it's gonna be one hell of a show, as you mentioned. It's gonna be amazing. It's the best versus the best, as I was telling a while ago. So yes, we are. Waiting, but as you all know, before we head towards the match, we have a lot of discussions going on and some of our predictions as well. Let's just hope this time our predictions to be on the top.
Exactly. Strap in your belts because it's going to be, yes, a bumpy ride. Because again, as you know, we're going to see Erangel, Miramar happening here for 6 times back to back. So I'm pretty sure you're going to guys is enjoy. We are also going to enjoy, and not only that, because here there are 27 teams. Teams have been split into three different groups. If you don't remember, we'll be discussing about the groups as well, the prize as well, because it's going to be day two. We did see day one where teams did actually have, I would say, a little bit of a hiccup here and there. A couple of teams did manage to perform. A couple of teams by the end of the day actually performed really, really well. Got back-to-back winner chicken dinners. We'll talk about that as well. But Darshita, this is all for the fight to qualify into the grand finals. Only the top 18 teams will be heading from the semi-finals. So the battle should not be about to place the top one or top two, because again the scorecards will reset when they head over to the grand finals. So what do you think the strategy might be today? Because we have been talking about the points lately, but it is all about just qualifying, being the top 18 in this 27 teams.
About strategies, it always depends on the map the players are playing. But this time it is different. You see, we have no Senok. We just have
Hmm.
Erangel and Miramar, and this is making a huge difference. Even we may think that that's all right. These players are been playing Erangel and Miramar since you since a long time or something. But no,
Yes.
you head into Erangel, you go for Miramar. Again, you head into Erangel, again Miramar, and the same repeats one more time. That's going to cause a lot of problems, but at the same time, a lot of advantages as well.
I agree with you. This is also going to give teams advantage, certain times problems as well, because you will eventually drain out your energy, and also I would say lose the amount of strategies that you eventually try to execute. But before we actually talk about the prizes and everything, let's talk about the mobile open itself. It's not just BGMI for the people wondering. It is a set of 6 games, out of which one we are witnessing right now happening. We witnessed the quarterfinals. Now we are headed into the semifinals. That is also day two. Day one already got over on 12th of December. Along with it, the 5 more games is going to be FIFA Mobile, Hearthstone, Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Real Cricket 20, and the prize pool bumped up from 25 to 40 lakhs. So you guys know what is at stake. So BGMI is already ongoing, but you still have your, I would say, places to grab and get the prize with the other 5 games.
Games. Amazing. That's this is what our road to Asian Games look like. And as you told, 25 lakhs was the previous prize pool, but it's 40 lakhs right now. The actions have already been started from 10th of December, and we already are on the very first game. That's going to be BGMI, and you already know day one of semifinales is done. We are already into day two. Time is just going so fast. The clock is ticking, and trust me when I say that it's not going to stop for anyone now.
I agree with you. It's not going to stop for anyone as of now because it's not a small prize, right? So it's going to be
Exactly.
multiple people eyeing for that prize. But talking about the prize for BGMI, the competition happening right as of now, it's going to be a pool of 25 lakhs. And look at this, the change. That 25 lakhs bumped to 40 lakhs. Let BGMI have 25 lakhs of its own. So 15 more lakhs for the other games as we discussed. So make sure you're following us on Instagram to get those details when it's going to start, when you guys can register. We're talking about the prize pool split up. 12 lakhs for the first place team. The champions are going to have the title of 12 lakhs for themselves, along with all the bragging rights of AMD Sky Esports Mobile Open. Second place team will have 5 lakhs. The third place team will have 3 lakhs. And fourth place and onwards, Darshita, if you could walk over our audience with that.
Would love to. The fourth place and the fifth place team would, be taking back 1 lakh each. The sixth and the seventh place will take back 40,000. Eighth to 12th position, well, y'all guys even get 20,000. 13th and 14th position, 10,000. But look at this, the MVP. The only person, the single person, single handedly can take 1 lakh rupees. That's huge, huge one. From the first to the 14th position, you all guys have prizes, but MVP even gets a prize of 1 lakh rupees here.
I'm looking forward to the MVP itself, as you mentioned, Darshita, because that is the one crucial prize that we all like to know what is going to happen with it. Who is going to be walking away with that title? Because that player, not only from the side, maybe quarterfinals till grand finals, had been consistent. I mean, yes, again, as I said, the card is going to reset, and then we will see who's going to take the first spot, MVP, and so and so. But that person, the crucial player, maybe from the quarterfinals or maybe the teams invited from the semifinals, one of those players will eventually grab it and take it away. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an easy battle because I think I remember it perfectly that day one, even though Kemen got two back-to-back winner chicken dinners, which we will discuss about it eventually, MVPs were split between multiple different teams. So I think having different MVPs eyeing for this prize is going to be very crucial on who takes it away. And also, we talk about competition between the teams, right, Darshita? Eventually, for this MVP, it'll be competition between the teams, but also competition between the maybe same team players.
But we have seen this happening multiple times. At some point of time, when the players realize that yes, this player is just going so aggressive, is just hammering on the sides of enemies, they do let that let their teammates take away all the finishes and just go in for that MVP. But discussing more of the point system right now, well, it's going to be the first position taking the victory with 15 total points, second position with 12, the third with 10, fourth with 8, fifth with 6, sixth with 4, seventh with 2. But if you are placed from 8th to 12th position, you are just going to get 1 point, and from 13 onwards, you won't get any single point here.
Exactly. Teams that placed from 13th and lower are going to get nothing. They have to be cautious about that. They will be getting down. There will be 18 teams playing per map. And again, they have to be very careful on the battles they pick. That's what we talk about, right, Darshita? Every time you will be getting down on Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar. I can keep saying Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar like a tongue twister, but teams need to actually follow this because there is a gap. You can see first map is going to be played between A and B, and the second one is going to be played between A and C. But there is a team B that gets a rest, and again it restarts on a wrangle. Yes, it will also play that team, and the whole, I would say, group will play Miramar again, just like every other team. But they have to be cautious on how they actually play it because we have seen whenever teams play tournaments, they play with the same 18 teams on every map, so they are understanding on how to, I would say, strategize, maybe counter the opponent, but this time they're eventually changing teams on every map. So they have to be, I would say, looking out for how they can adapt to those teams.
That's something that's going to be very true. You can't, just go in for new strategies right now. you can at a point you can, but as you said, the teams are changing, the drop locations will be changing, there will be a lot more of changes happening, and at that moment trying to go in for something new or something out of the box can work into your favor, but at the same time it can cause you a lot more of problems. The match 1 to match 6 is just a schedule. I'm just able to just think of what players will be going through right now. Looking at this schedule, personally, Erangel, Miramar, I'll be like, okay, this is really difficult to compete now.
I agree with you. Even though this might be repetitive maps coming through, it's not going to be easy for teams to be, I would say, consistent on, because as you mentioned, right, teams have to play it multiple times, teams have to actually use a lot of their energy, and teams have to understand that these energies that they're actually expending, it's going to be something that can actually backfire later down the line, because in a day they have to play 4 matches in total. Yes, we see 6 matches because there are 3 different groups in total. When they finish up a day, they will be playing 4 matches, and in case they have some technical issues or anything like that, they miss out on a map, they miss out on a player, that's on them. We will give them time, we will help them out as much as possible, but later on, anything that happens, because remember, there is going to be close to 72 players per map, and all those 72 players are putting time and efforts into getting to the grand finals, and it's not going to be an easy journey. So that's the reason I'm looking forward to nobody having any kind of issues today, and everybody having the best game of their life, because day one, we understand, start of the day, maybe we teams are looking forward to getting comfortable, getting adjusted, and later on coming into day two, I think today is going to be a brilliant performance from every team that will be overpowering their opponents.
Forward to. Well, day one is done. We just saw what day one exactly looked like. We saw one team taking twice the victories, and that just happened on the day one. So I'm just giving it a second thought of what can day two exactly look like. Are the tables going to remain the same, or
Hmm.
there are going to be twists and tails? There are going to be some crispy turns coming around. There are going to be a lot more happening, but yes, before we head into the map of Erangel, well, audience, I really want you to support your favorite team. Don't, just be with us or listen to us. Make sure that you are on the comment section. Make sure you completely love and support your favorite team. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that as soon as possible.
Get ready for the action of day two. I'm pretty sure a lot of you already joined us for day one. We did have a great day one, as Darshita mentioned here, but day two, it's going to be one hell of a show that none of us have ever even thought of, because now is the journey, now is the race that actually starts. Because as we said, this is going to be 6 days of long journey that each and every team needs to play, out of which one day is done, 5 more days to grind it out to get to the grand finals. And any team which was in the top 10 right as of now is kind of in the lead of the race, and any team after 10 till the 8th position in terms of 18th is going to be still in the back foot, because they can be immediately toppled, because we saw the difference. Till now there is no team that has actually created a huge buffer. Yes, they have started creating the difference in terms of their position, in terms of the points that they have, but it is not a huge difference, so teams can immediately catch up on day 2. But they have to understand that they have to catch up on day 2, and that's the reason I'm saying they can and they have to, both at the same time, because if they don't, the lead is just going to get better for a lot of these teams, and we saw the firepower and aggression from many of these teams. Day one, yes, even though the firepower and aggression was there, it did not brilliantly work out, but eventually I think day two is going to be better for a lot of teams and a lot of players with their, I would say, aggression, with their strategies coming through. But Darshita, we are going to start off on the classic map of Erangel. What are your thoughts? Because day two, after the rest day, are the teams going to actually have a slow start, or do you think they're going to go in with the sixth gear on?
You definitely energy to boost yourself. And after this rest, I guess it's not gonna be a slow map anymore. Everyone is just waiting to play that classic map. But giving it a second thought, one I'm just imagining those groups who are gonna start their day with the map of Miramar.
Oh,
Just imagine not starting your day with the map of Erangel, going in directly for the map of Miramar there, and you know what Miramar is, right? We have been playing this since a long time. We know the amount of strategies, we know everything that you need to put in to compete in the map of Miramar. I'm just giving it a second thought, but yes, Miramar, it's gonna be one hell of a show. Well, the fly path is all set, and over to you, Sam. Just take our audience to the very first map of Erangel.
I'm looking forward to this first map of Erangel on how it's going to pan out because teams are going to look forward to run a little bit north because looking at the flight path, it has never been, I would say, from day one, been consistent in terms of either splitting the map half or maybe going for a hard shift. It has eventually always been southern favored from day one. So again, still a southern favored map, flying from the eastern to the western zone. Team which wants to go to the military base will eventually go, but the groups playing right now is going to be Seoul, OR Esports, Marcos, Team 8-Bit, Team Forever, Blind, Celsius, Aztec, and Legacy from A. B is going to be Godlike, Orangutan, EXO, 7C, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, Rivalry, Team Entity, Good Luck, and Team Easy 4. I'm pretty sure everybody is looking forward to drop as soon as possible, get to their bases, get to the loot, but what a change in the zone! Are you kidding? This is the first time I've seen Darshita that it majority, yes, I've seen southern shifts coming through, but look at the majority part of the military base and also the water body. So I think this is a military base fight coming through.
Predict, really gonna be true. This map is just gonna be amazing. Looking forward to the very first phase here right now, completely prioritizing the southern sides. It's gonna be really amazing. Now the players are left with some small compounds down there, though they have military base and Nova of Noi, but you really don't know what the next zones look like. But there you go, drop clashes is something that we really look forward to, and we are gonna have one on the screen right here with the sides of Team Easy 4 going in for a fight at the areas of Water City.
Oh yes, this is going to be very interesting as you mentioned. Drop clashes is something I really like, and that's what is already happening. Easy 4, as you said, they are about to have a hard task in the start of day 2. Entity do want to get their lead on board as soon as possible. They're going to look forward to doing a lot more damage, but I think it's going to be somewhere that this fight actually gets disengaged, Darshita. Either the side of Team Easy 4 might actually move out, or maybe the side of Team Entity decide that let's not fight right now because both of us don't have great loot, and to recover our teammates, if we are the ones pushing in the forefront, there's no proper covers here, no proper walls to, I would say, rely on. So I think it is not going to be a fight that is going to be continuing for a long time. Eventually teams are going to disengage, and you can see already Entity rotating, because not only that they have to disengage, they're already way far from the actual zone. They have to get to the military base if they want the advantage.
Lost one of their players. Losing one of your player at an initial stage, we know how many problems do get created at the end zone, and I guess that's gonna be one more of a reason that Team Entity has decided to fall off the fight and not lose anything more here. Team Easy 4, well, they got one finish, that's just equals to one finish point that the team gets, and moreover we'll see what more this team can accumulate. Coming forward to the sides of OR there, well, you can see them just on their drop locations. I guess each and every team right now is just moving forward to their drop locations, not going in for any kinds of fights. But yes, eventually with the first phase incoming, there is going to be a lot of chaos happening all around.
Chaos is going to happen all around. I'm looking forward to how this chaos is going to be, I would say, composed in a strategic manner where the fight can be working in a couple of these teams' favor. I'm looking forward to it on how this will actually pan out, and you can see as soon as Entity had the casualty, they couldn't push anymore, and it was a good call coming in from their end as well.
Is going to be the case right now. The sides of Team Soul, well, you can see them. Okay, I guess I just can see two players there. It's going to be a split for the sides of Team Soul. Sam, we have seen this split coming a lot of times by these players, but eventually when you talk about the rotations, there's a problem getting created, and I guess that's going to be the reason I personally, don't prefer going into any kinds of split. But yes, that's an advantage for the team as well. You get an opportunity to go in for some extra loot, extra healings, or anything that you want, isn't that?
Extra loot, why not? You have it for the upper handed fights that you want to take at the end, and I think that should eventually also work out in a lot of these teams' favor because we have talked about this, Darshita, multiple times that when you're actually picking up fights, you need to have resources in your favor. Whether you're going to push a team into a building or whether you're trying to close in a team, resources is going to be very crucial. Yes, it is not the map of Miramar, it is Erangel, so whenever you pick a fight, third party is not that easy, but I think the first zone fights are going to be very crucial in getting the early finish points. Right as of now, except for one finish point going out, there's nothing more that any team has actually gotten because I think the team Velocity, right, is not playing in this group. Because of which military base right as of now is not the hot drop going in for them. There is no loot going down over there, and if Velocity were actually there, they would have been felt a little bit better that we actually got an advantage and all we have to do is sit at military base and wait for teams to come through. And I think that's one of the reasons that we have not seen anything happening. But right now, Aztec looking for their loot can also be faced off from the side of Team Legacy, who are right close to the buildings. And I'm looking forward to if this is going to be a fight initiated very soon.
We all are waiting for fights. You see that, right? It's 7 minutes done and dusted, but there's just one casualty that we had our eyes on. But right now, what I have my eyes on is that 2128 meters away from the zone. It's going to be a huge distance to travel, and you still see them. They are away from the zone, the blue zone. There you can see the blue color incoming as well. That's going to cause a lot more of problems. You need to have vehicles. In case you don't, it's going to be difficult to go in. And there you can see the live status. Just one casualty, as I was talking about, is going to be the sides of team entity losing one of their players, and rest everything is at a peace. That's just complete peace. No one getting into any kinds of rotational fights as well. Nothing happening at this moment.
I mean, initially it is very low that we see the fights happening very early on. It's only the drop clash when teams are trying to fight it out. I think we just saw that coming in from Entity as well as the team. But right as of now, it's going to be Aztec as well as Legacy who have to rotate out Darshita. They are getting hit by the play zone, and I guess they are very close to Georgia Pool. And from Georgia Pool to the military base, it's a very long journey, and they have to start rotating. You can see in the distance at all, it's already mentioned 2500 meters is where they are away from actually that they have to be. And before they can actually start rotating ahead over there, there are two bridges that they have to cross. One is from their own place that they are right now, that is going to be from Georgia Pool. There's going to be a bridge that they have to cross, then after which there's going to be another bridge that they have to cross through military base. And now it looks like Team Forever understand this really really well, and that's the reason they're looking forward to gatekeep. They have the watchtower, they have the edges of the bridge, and they're going to look forward to putting a stop to multiple teams before they can actually run across the bridge.
Definitely are familiar of these bridges just being allotted as a great defense by the players. You can see them waiting back, and they are really confident on this fact that yes, if we wait, we are going to get some great points here. Incoming teams that can be on the aim, and that's done. There you can see players have started rotating, but okay, this is going to be more interesting right now. Somewhere or the other, the phase going towards the military base bridge can hype up things more and more. And if you ask me for my prediction, Sam, right now I would definitely want this bridge to go somewhere near to the areas of military base, the bridge right there. And that's going to be one hell of a fight happening then.
It's going to be one hell of a fight. I'm looking forward to which works out. And look at this, the bridge, as you said, it's going to be very crucial for teams. The zone is already favoring military base, and we are going to see military base being the end for multiple teams, which is going to be that first squad is what I want to see. But in the meantime, I guess Celsius have taken the water. They are looking forward to rotate through the waters, and they do not want to get into any early on fights. But there can be one player who can put a stop to their rotation. That's going to be Exo Sensei, who's also a night at the riverbed. He's looking forward to knowing some information. But now Rivalry, they are also in the military base. They're playing very out in the open. Not too sure why they've chosen this strategy. Because look at that, they have the advantage of heading into those hardcover compounds. They can play inside the houses. They can play inside multiple bunkers over there. But still, they've not chosen that in their favor. But eventually, you can see Marcos Gaming. They have spotted out the side of Team OR. Two players are already knocked out. So Marcos Gaming having, I would say, a good start, but still those are not finishes. Knocks can be delivered from longer distances as well until and unless you get a finish. And I think I just doubted Marcos Gaming a little bit too much, because they said if we are not really getting knocks, we are going to get those finishes as well. You can see one already finished. There's going to be another knock on Jelly. Marcos Gaming not at all stopping. This is to actually protect Wizgod over there, and they're actually, with protecting Wizgod, they're actually taking players down.
Amazing cover fire it was. Viscott, he's safe down there, Madman as well. But on the other hand, you can see the sides of Team 7Cs as well. At any moment, Team 7C can mark an entry to this fight. Okay, I was just talking about it, and there you go. Jelly is being there. 7C Prince. Well, it's gonna be a third party, and Team OR right now are definitely not looking good. Completely surrounded by two teams. On the one hand, it's gonna be Marcos Gaming. There, on the other, it's 7C. Evo right now is just hiding himself behind the bushes. As you can see, two players are already down. One player is completely eliminated. The sole responsibility is going to be a huge one, but vehicle 7C Aladdin roaming around the compound with vehicle. Oh my god, gets caught there, and it's done. It's done and dusted. 7C Aladdin just, finishing off in a style. Team OR is going to be the first team getting eliminated in the semi finales day to first map.
They'll be not happy about what just happened to them, but it's something that they have to accept. But right now, it's either the side of Team Legacy and 8-Bit about to accept the same fate that can be repeated. Either that they are going to get knocked out or their opponent can be. Looking at the fight, it looks like the side of Team Legacy, even though they are in the dip, they're having a lower advantage, lower ground. Not advantage, but it's a disadvantage that they have. 8-Bit are the ones who have received the majority share of the damage, because of which 8-Bit, they are thinking twice before actually picking up this fight with them, as you can see them disengaging. Same goes for the side of Team Legacy. They are also disengaging, but right now, as you saw the kill feed, it's going to be the side of Team Good Luck who are taking down the side of Team Entity. They've already lost one player, but same goes for the side of Team Good Luck. They've lost all their three players. So Johnny looking forward to being the, I would say, responsibility for the entire team, to carry their entire team on the shoulders for this map of Erangel, with being the last person surviving. But he just has one finishes and still 1500 meters to travel. So I don't think Johnny, even though he is getting finishes and he's doing the damage, he is not going to survive for a long.
Be possible for him to. But on the other hand, when you talk about the play zone as well, it's going to be playing a lot more of games there. Johnny, the last surviving player, he's not going to stop. He just dictated one vehicle there, tried to spray it down, but it's just damages that he needs to satisfy himself with. Being the last surviving player there, getting into multiple fights, and that even out of the zone can cause a lot more of problems. But you just can't predict what happens, as this game is of BGMI, and predictions are something that are obviously denied here. But Johnny, that's done and dusted for him. Will be eventually caught by all three players of Soul and has to say a goodbye. That's done and dusted for the sides of Team Good Luck.
But Soul will have problems because of this. You can see how much HP they are getting drained off. This is the third play zone doing the damage. Why are they not rotating in? I understand finish is going to be very crucial. There could have been a backfire coming through. So after finishing Johnny from Good Luck, right now they need to start immediately rotating out. They are also very far from the zone, and eventually if third zone is formed, you will not be sure of you surviving for a longer time. Fourth zone will eventually form, but right now the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they have spotted out Clutch God, and before I could have said that it's a knock, it's going to be a finish as well. Casualty down for the side of Team GODLIKE. They're looking forward to rotate, getting a better angle, better advantage in picking up the fight. We'll look at SKYLIGHTZ. They're playing it brilliantly. They got the first knock, they got the first finish on the side of Team GODLIKE, put a disadvantage and a dent on the side of GODLIKE, and they're rotating out.
You know, exactly happens when you lose one of your casualty. I just wish that's not the case here, but once again, talking about the sides of Team Skylights Gaming, they are looking good on this fight. You see them holding a great compound. You see them getting their first finish and just rotating off. Everything is really working in their favor, but they need to be cautious of the play zone as well. If you just get hit by the play zone at the same time that you are fighting with your enemy, can cause you a lot more of problems there. On the other hand, when you talk about the sides of Team 7C, we saw the third party that Team 7C did on the sides of OR there, where OR was caught between two teams and eventually had to completely say a goodbye. But right now, they are just holding behind one compound and just not giving off their position so easily.
Yep, nobody wants to give away compound advantages that they have, because eventually the zone will actually ask them to push out, and that time they will look forward to doing something better. But the right side now, wait, wait, what? I had to just eat up my words over there of whatever I was about to say, because Godlike, even after they had casualty, they having their own casualty with their own vehicle. I think that was a miscalculated rotation coming through. But Team Forever versus AZTEC is a fight that we want to witness, because it's all up to Manav, because his surviving player 47 K47 is already stuck out. But a brilliant grenade connection coming through. Player 6 is down from the side of Team Forever, but eventually they find that last player lurking out in the grasses. They eliminate him, and Team Forever, before they could lose another player, they actually finished that fight off. It was very crucial because they are at the edge of the zone, and with the fourth zone forming any movement, you can see just 8 to 5 seconds, I would say, on the clock, the zone will start crumbling and they would have to start rushing in.
They lost one of their player, but eventually they gained four finish points at the same time. On the other hand, Skylight Gaming once again, there it's gonna be godlike. Well, Z God has to just register a lot more of damages on himself. I guess he'll get enough of time to patch himself up, but at the same time, if Skylight Gaming there decides to go aggressive towards Z God there, it can be a lot more of difficult. At the same time, they are out of the zone, and I guess that was a great decision by the entire team of rotating and prioritizing the play zone right now. On the other hand, even one more fight that is just going around, it's going to be the sides of Team Blind and Team Exo there. Both of the teams getting using proper strategies. But what do you think, Lucifer? Is this just going to end things, or just going to make it more and more of this?
It's going to be interesting, I would say, rather than
Exactly,
chaos,
yeah.
because Godlike are on the back foot. 8-bit now entering into the fight. This just makes it more interesting for the side of Skylights. But Destro becoming too aggressive. Yes, man, ending up in and out, but Juicy also getting in and out. But look at the push coming in from Juicy. I think that was dashing right back, but nonetheless, Nexus, I think he's the last surviving player. Puka trying to cover him out. Gamla Boy also very up close, right in their faces. Right now, Gamla Boy needs to do the heavy lifting before actually Pukar comes in. But if he's not able to hold down the force coming through from the side of 8-bit, it's going to be very difficult. Nexus comes in, but Gamla Boy, he's going to be finishing it. Brilliant play and composure coming in from the side of Skylights. But now the side of Team Godlike have an opportunity to do a third party. They have to find and do it really soon. But in the meantime, Soul, we were just worried about them. Nonetheless, they've already lost Viper. But on the other hand, it's going to be Orangutan looking forward to eliminate them as well. They also have a casualty. But Oas Bolte from the side of Team Forever going ham on the side of Team Celsius. They're not having it right now. They want to finish it off multiple players at a time. And I think this is going to be working out in their favor. With Biru taking a long range fight with that mini, I think it's going to work out. Already at the scope, but a push comes in from, and it's going to be Trigger falling down to the wide covered. Rocks UV will also fall down. Now it's all up to Believe versus Viru. Viru already knows where Believe is surviving, but there can be a third party which we eventually saw on the map, the purple icon. I think that is the side of Team Marcos. Viru needs to be worried about that, Darshita. If Viru actually pushes in and gets spotted from the side of Marcos, it can be the decimation of the entire two squads.
It's a huge responsibility, I would say, what Believe and Viru, both of the players are holding at this moment. With the grenades, Believe will be able to does a lot more of damages on Viru, and at the same time, he will be going in for a revival as well. A great usage of grenade, but Viru is not just gonna stop it.
Oh,
And there you go. It's gonna be him getting punished for the aggressiveness that he's been holding. Believe will be completely hamming it on the sides there, and Team Soul getting eliminated. It's gonna be the sides of Team OG there. Well, a great performance. It was amazing, the usage of strategies, the way that grenade was used to stop the aggressive push. Overall, it was really amazing to watch.
It was genuinely, I believe, kicking in that revival
Exactly.
is very, very crucial. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, look at them. They have so much resources that they have gained, and also look at their Western helmet. It is not a lot of damage that they've taken. I'm not too sure what GODLIKE did, but GODLIKE, I think, understanding that they do not have the players rotated out of the fight, did not want a third party, but EXO, they're not letting anybody into their own compound. Sensei spots out India. He's looking forward to and finishing off the last surviving player of Legacy. I think so, because as soon as he got dished with all the damage, and yes, it's going to be a confirmation that Legacy is also going to be a team being eliminated at the 12th position, so they can be at least happy, Darshita. This is where the placement point one starts from.
They can be happy. But at the same time, on the other hand, when you talk about the play zone there, you just have a look at the open areas, and at the same time, some teams having a great inner wall cover, or the decent top cover to play with. On the other hand, Skylight Gaming is just looking so confident. They are taking multiple fights, and it's just not about the fights like that. You see that Sky is just doing it so amazingly. We'll be taking two players. On the other hand, 70 will be taking one player down on easy 4. Is going to be multiple fights happening there and there. The sides of Team EXO right now are trying to, just gather more and more information that they can, so that the next upcoming zone cannot cause them a lot more of problems, as you already know what happens when you really hold the end of the zones.
Oh no, Punk gets knocked, and as you said, holding the end of the zone, it doesn't look like it's working for the side of Team X. So they lost two players as a casualty. They were looking forward to hold on any kind of rotations, pushing through their side, and I think they overextended a little bit. But on the other end, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they are not like, overextending, but they are over aggressing, because of which they are actually taking a lot of fights and also converting it, and this shows that they are confident in whichever fight they're picking up. Now they've spotted a smoke, and now they understand that those smokes can be hiding a player, but before that they have to clear their backlines. Darshita, as soon as it formed, we can see a brown dot right behind them. Player from the side of Team Celsius who is lurking in the backlines outside the zone. Not too sure if they've read it properly. I'm not too sure if Celsius has actually spotted that player out, but eventually they have to clear that backline. But before that can happen, it is going to be EXO trying to answer back for the two knocks that the side of Team 7C is dealt. All the players are back. Sensei gets knocked immediately, but still Sensei will be revived, and that is going to be a casualty that they don't have to worry about. Dream is about to get spotted from the side of SKYLIGHTZ, but brilliant grenade connections coming in from EXO will actually finish off a player from 7Cs.
Be looking more and more amazing with a few seconds passing by there. When you talk about the sides of Team Cordel, they have lost two of their players, and that's going to be very difficult with two players there and there. But can you see a giveaway a lot down there? We'll make sure that just be a part of giveaway. But these fights are not just stopping at any movement. 70 Sarah there. One player is already down. The other one can cause a lot more of problems. All the black players use a lot more of 70 Sarah with the surprise factor. Well, that works out in his favor, but not for a longer period of time, as blinds one player there will be able to take him off completely, and that's very much looks like the team 7CX. So there will be taking one more fight. There's just a lot more of brilliant grenades coming from the sides of Team X, so that are getting connection. There you go. Immortal will be taking Gordal Neo down with his amazing grenade, and now the sole responsibility flies on the shoulder of Zcod there. Sensei is trying to go in for that grenade, a very, very crucial grenade it is, and if this gets a connection, it's going to be done and dusted for the sides of Team Cordel. But there you go, Zcod with that grenade once again. You look this, Sam, it's just a grenade game being played completely by both of the teams.
Exactly, they know each other's position where they can be. Grenade connection coming in brilliantly, but it's all up to Zgod. Sensei, he's holding his eyes locked on where Zgod can push in, and he is already spotted. Is it going to be Zgod? Is it going to be Sensei? Is the question. Sensei is just holding it out as much as he can. He's just playing around with the feelings of Zgod, and Zgod doesn't know what to do. Now he's up, and nobody is fight with him, and eventually he gets flanked, and he does read it. The other side of Team EXO pushing in together was the reason they actually capitalized the fight, and that's going to be the end of Team Godlike. And looking at this match, it's already up to top 4 teams. How fast has this military base turned into being only four teams surviving? And this is just looking brilliant. And I think the upper hand might be on the side of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, but they're also having casualties right as of now. So it's going to be a 4v, 4v, 1v, 2v fight happening here. Blind having the disadvantage, and the least disadvantage is going to be the side of Team Orangutan. And where is the player coming in from the side of Team Orangutan is the question. EXO, after the multiple fights that they picked, multiple casualties that they were having, multiple knocks that they were getting with those grenades, they have all their four players as well standing just like the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with five finishes. So this is going to be very interesting, Darshita, because Blind also has five finishes. So the confidence from all of these teams is going to be same.
More interesting with the mini map they're showcasing that no team has gotten there. It's each and every team just out of the zone, and Skylight Gaming once again will be denying the entry of the zone for the sides of Team Blind there. On the other hand, Team EXO will be holding back that position, and will they get that finish points in their account is going to be the question. It's going to be multiple kiosk happening. Skylights Gaming Pukar will be taking Exos inside there. Today, Skylights Gaming is really brilliant on each and every fight that they take. Though, look at the split that they have. Two players on the one side, two players on the other, just covering each and every angle. Exos inside there is down to down is driven by the tank, but at the same time, grenades from Pokara are causing a lot more of problems. And there you go. Once again, they have to use a lot more of HP. Kamla Boy has to go down, and it's gonna be Deathstroke as well. OP,
Oh,
that's I am just out of words. The grenades, nothing. I just don't know how do I express this.
the side of Team EXO said, "You guys are throwing grenades on us. We also have grenades of our own. We are going to show you what's going to happen." And within the blink of an eye, two grenades come in, connect with the two players from the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. And eventually, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, it's all left to Pukar. Pukar is, just like you said, not too sure what happened. He's like, I had other things. I thought we had the winner chicken dinner under lockdown, but right now we have lost all our players and you have left it all to me. Why would you do that? But still, Pukar, he has the responsibility. He can do it. Look at him. He has 8 finishes alone. That tells you the capability of Pukar. He does have three, I would say, first aid kits, but eventually EXO gets finished off. So right now it's going to be a 2v1 situation. Williams also has the advantage, but no medkit for him. He is playing with the Scar, but I'm not too sure how he's going to connect the shot. Pukar is pushing through the smokes. If he has any more utilities or resources, he can actually make this work, Darshita, but he needs to have it. I'm not too sure. The position has been called out. Pukar is just trying to play around with the feelings, and he is just slowly pushing and creeping across the edge. Look at the width, look at the height of that compound. That is not even a compound, that's just a placeholder for that steel mesh. That's all, and he's playing around that cement steel holder for the mesh, and I think this is going to be brilliant to see who is going to get this. And Pukar, he finds Psycho. That's a brilliant coming in from him. He's rushing in, he's taken the buggy cover, but the buggy, it needs to be bursted, Darshita. It is not yet down. Pukar, he think he has the work, he has the capability to make this work. It is so close. Williams, he's dropped down, damage dished on him. He's going to patch himself up. Now it's going to be Pukar pushing in.
Far, what's going to be the case? Fingers crossed, the car is being called there. Williams pulling back that the entire team hoping to guard him from that HP. Oh
Oh,
my god! What did just happen there? Blind Esports getting their winner chicken dinner, but Pukar, this man is unbelievable.
man. That was just a brilliant way to finish off the first map. Winner, chicken dinner coming through. Blind were the team who did not have the advantage. After the side of Team Orangutan, we saw, I think Orangutan were somewhere outside the zone and maybe play zone damage or something. We never saw him in the zone. And after that, the next team which was on the disadvantage on the back foot were the side of Team Blind. SKYLIGHTZ and the side of Team EXO were the teams which had everything going for them. The numbers, the players, everything were there, but it was still the side of Team Blind playing it around brilliantly. Williams not giving away his position. Psycho, I think, played out brilliant as a bait. He came running in. Pukar's position was not at all called out. They were throwing out grenades, but Pukar was safely hiding next to that. As I said, it's just, I would say, just a small compound for him, and it looked like a huge compound because the side of Team Blind could never spot him in that position. What a brilliant first match coming in, and I'm pretty sure you, as viewers and audience, have enjoyed it. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe along with that bell icon because this is still day two. Just imagine if day two starts off on such a great note. Day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6 is waiting for all of us, me as casters and you as audience, to see who those top 18 teams are. And also, I'm pretty sure you got something grasping your eyes right at the southern, as we say, southern zone, southern shift. At the south side of your screens, at the bottom of your screens, you saw there's going to be a giveaway. And how do you actually get to that giveaway? Is going to be a streaming that is going to be happening in the second half of today for the last three maps on Loco. So make sure you're ready for that. Follow us on Loco as well. But let's talk about the highlights. As you're seeing, it all started off with the initial fight with the side of Team Entity, but eventually it all actually worked out because of the zone closing in and the zone making sure teams actually have the upper hand. Team Forever got the fight on the side of Team AZTEC, but then Team Forever also got wiped out because they were way outside the zone. The side of Team SKYLIGHTZ playing brilliantly was one hell of a show to witness.
Not just about one particular fight that Skylight Gaming was looking brilliant at, but yes, it was multiple times that they just kept us speechless with these strategies and with the gameplay. Talking more about the highlights there, we saw multiple fights happening, we saw multiple casualties happening, but moreover, what attracts my eyes more is going to be the open areas fights. You see there, the sides of Team Soul were into fights, and that was Viru and Believe, both of the players having a big responsibility. But this time, Believe was the one who did it amazingly. He just went for that grenade and instant revival by the time Viru just, patched himself up. But there you go, it was like done and dusted for the sides of Team Soul there, as Believe managed to just completely take them over.
It was looking brilliant to witness, but eventually again the side of Skyline Gaming, as we said, they took on the fights head on with various teams and they were always capitalizing, and they had 15 finishes to end it all. Pukar also, I guess, got the finish on Psycho, so that's going to be 9 finishes for him and 16 finishes for his whole team. Blind could have had actually 3 or 4 players surviving, but this casualty, I would say, kind of silos and treatments that was there here was one of the reasons they had the casualty. The fight with the side of 7 Seas, they lost the casualty, eventually wiped out the side of 7 Seas as well. But Williams, what a game. First Watchtower, making sure he keeps guard. Then Psycho pushes in. Psycho gets the information, holds it out, but with Williams, he was a monster in that Watchtower. He not only got his team to being the top two, he also got that winner chicken dinner. Puka's push was brilliant. He had the USP on hand, but the connection was just great coming in from who, as I said, Williams, and I think Williams made it all work. But you can see the giveaway right below on the screen. 20 and 30 Royal Battle Pass giveaways are going to happen on Loco, so make sure you get that, I would say, hype, you get that watching, and all the viewers on Loco in the second half. You might be asking, you are asking for 20k and 30k watching. Yes, because it's going to be happening on the second half. The last three maps that you're going to witness for day two is going to be on Loco. So make sure you're getting ready, following us there as well. So whenever we switch, as soon as the first three map gets over, you're immediately switching there and you enjoy the stream there as well. And along with enjoying, I'm really hyped. I know I am not in that running race of getting one of those passes for myself, but if I had the chance, why wouldn't I do that? I'm pretty sure more of our audience, they're going to have the highest probability and also the highest luck to get those royal passes. So make sure you're following us. But Darshita, look at the first fight on day two itself. We talked about this and you mentioned as well, because day one they had I would say a start and also to understand how the teams play, but eventually they also got a rest, and I think with the rest done, they were ready for all the fights to pick, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming leading the charge, Blind eventually finishing it off. So it's not something bad to beat themselves, but I think SKYLIGHTZ Gaming got a little bit more than what the side of Team Blind eventually summed up for them.
Well, yes, that is going to be the case. It was, when as a caster, as an audience, whatever you say, we are sitting back on the desk and we just were, somewhere biting our nails, just having
Yes.
our eyes completely on the screen, not just, able to digest of what exactly was happening. Pukar there, he was the last surviving player, but he was stopping. He saw Fierce, he took him down, but yes, the finish was took by blind at the same time. It was a 1v2 situation where I was more hyped up to. Just witness an amazing battle. There, Pukar took one player down, and it was like, okay, 50% chances, done and
Oh
dusted.
yes.
50% left more. That 1v1 battle created so much of hype. It was like, as I told, so close yet so far for Pukara to manage and get out of the situation. The last one bullet touching him just changed thing entirely down. And if this is what Erangel looks like, I can't wait myself to, just have a look at the map of Miramar now.
An open map that's going to be coming up next. As you said,
Exactly.
it's going to be, I would say, requesting multiple teams to initiate third parties. That's how it's going to be difficult for multiple teams to counter. But I've just had fun. I wouldn't have asked for a great start better than this that I've just witnessed. I mean, I couldn't even expect this could have been the scenario. I would have thought maybe, yes, we would have seen drop clashes, maybe we would have seen a hard shift, but the way Military Blaze actually played out in, I would say, changing the game multiple times. You saw Godlike looked like Z-God did have the advantage, but then EXO managed to play with his feelings, play around him so much that he eventually, I would say, the pressure that was building up, he couldn't control it. He couldn't play the calm and composed game because of eventually the flank, the double push worked on him. Then the side of Team EXO looked like they had the upper hand. They looked like they had the control because they were also throwing down the grenades which were connecting on the side of Team Blind as well as the side of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. But then Williams, playing the major shareholder of doing the damage, went on the watchtower, witnessed where the side of Team Exos were pushing from, throwing grenades down from, finished them off, and I think eventually it worked out in the side of Team Blind, where also they took down the entire squad of Team Exo, and also NF grenades were connected on the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming from Exo itself to leave Pukar alone, being the last surviving player, who also actually did try his best. And this is what we say. This is going to be a battle royal game. You think one thing, but it's going to always happen the other thing. And I'm pretty sure the viewers were also paying attention to the live status that was on the right side, which did say the probability of the teams such as EXO as well as the SKYLIGHTZ were probably somewhere around 50 to 60% of winning the map. But you saw tides just turn within seconds, within minutes, and it is going to happen again and again. This is semi-finals, guys. This is semi-finals. Get ready for grand finals. If teams are going to be switching up in every map on semi-finals, imagine for 18 teams back to back, they will be playing together again and again and again from 19th to 25th. They're not going to stop. They are looking for this champions title, and that's why they're giving it their all.
The first map of Erangel, I would definitely mention this. That was completely against what I expected. We just had a discussion on it will be like a slow pace map or a
Yes.
fast paced map. Sorry, my bad on that. As I mentioned, I said it was a fast paced map, but yes, we saw the initial fights between Team Entity and Easy Four there, where Entity lost one of their players and they decided to just fall off the fight, and that was a great decision by the entire team. That's something you do when you know that yes, now that we have lost one of their player, handling an aggressive push coming or just pushing aggressively can be a lot more of difficult for us, and that's what exactly team Entity did. This is how the map of Erangel started but ended into an amazing way. So let's just have a quick look on the overall rankings after post match 7 day 2. Team Exo there with the first position and a total of 62 points in their account.
Looks brilliant, right? It's going to be brilliant for us to see how it's going to turn out. And Kemin, who had the upper end, still have not fought their first battle here. They will be starting on Miramar, as you said. Are going to be starting on Miramar as the first map, so they have to be ready for it. Kemin waiting for it, but the 1 point lead for the side of Team EXO has already come through. But again, remember, it's just 1 point, Darshita. The side of Kemin have to play one match as EXO, and they can actually grab 10 more points or maybe 15 or 20 points, who knows. But let's talk about the the side of Team Blind, who actually won this map, got the first winner chicken dinner on day two. They have also pushed them up. The lead that was there right now is closing very, very close. So the side of Team Kemin, they need to understand the next map needs to be very brilliant. 7C Esports as well, they played it brilliantly. You can see the finishes that they have, 34 in their name. They are trying their best, and that's the reason, even though they haven't actually come very close to getting the winner chicken dinner, the number of finishes and the fights that they were taking actually go out in their favor. Orangutan as well, they are also looking forward to balancing both their placement and finish points. 30 and 22 puts them to 52 on the fifth position. Marcos Gaming with 49 total points, but SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, I thought they would actually push themselves a little bit further in the overall standings, but the only position that they've made is the seventh one. And I think this is the reason that they're in the seventh, is going to be that the first day was not great for them.
Exactly. That's going to be, that's going to be something that I really agree on. We talk about this, right? Balancing is going to be really important, and this is the reason that we keep on repeating ourselves. Team TSM on the eighth position there with a total of 46 for them. Team Insane on the ninth position with a total of 44. This is going to be the first side, just the first side of overall standings. And I guess Team EXO is looking good. Right now, they are looking good, but after the match, after the next group, that's going to be A and C, things can turn around. We maybe see some new teams just going up. As you can see, Gemini Sports, they are just marking a difference of one single point and one single map at the same time. The second sides of overall ranking, well, it's going to be Revenant on the 10th position with 37, Team Entity on the 11th with 33, Godlike on the 12th with 32. Okay, once again a single point difference in total points and maps played at the same time. Celsius with a total of 31, Force 1 29, as same for Team Forever there.
Again, look at the points just getting closer and closer, Darshita. This is why I said
Exactly.
teams from 11 to 18 are going to have a tough time. Everybody is just leading by a point or two, or maybe maximum 5 points. But this is what tells us when we go to the next page that teams are going to have easy chance in catching up. OR Esports is going to be right trailing behind forever at 28 with just 1 point difference, 2 point difference for the side of 8, but at 17. Weird Esports with 2 point difference at 25 on the 18th position. Looking forward to their start on the map of Miramar on day 2. Again, they have rested for a little bit longer than the side of team Group A and Group B. So, and now that the side of C is going to be performing, I'm looking forward to seeing what better can be done as we head over to the next page. But 10 to 18 is a place that teams need to start bucking up. If they don't, Darshita, this is a rat race and a running race that's going to be running for the next 5 days. Any team can completely turn the favor of the cards in their own self, and they can actually make it work. And eventually 10 to 18, these, even because you see there are 27 teams, right? All these teams can be pushed out and the another set of next teams can come in. Let's talk about the next set of scoreboard from 19th.
Good luck on the 19th position with 24 and Enigma on the 20th with 24. As just Sam mentioned, a single points difference, 2 points, 3 points difference is what is getting these players 19, 20, and 24, 21 position. 21, you see Velocity with a total of 22. That's 11 for both placements and finish points. Aztec on the 22 with 17. Team Easy 4 with 11. Team Soul with 9. Rivalry and Team XSPARK there with a total of 8 points for them, and Legacy on the 27th position with 6 points. It's gonna be, a decidery factor. Not exactly decidery is, what I mean to say at this moment, but you just look at the point. 62 is where things start, and 6 points is where things are ending right now. There's a huge difference, like a total of 50 or somewhat points. That's gonna be a huge one to catch, and right now, according to me, teams are looking forward to run away with points.
I agree with you. Soul, Rivalry, X-Pac, and Legacy, they're going to have a very tough time. Having single digits still, and especially after playing 5 matches, you can see Soul, Rivalry, and Legacy. They are not in the race, it looks like. Yes, the side of Team X-Pac missed out a match on day 1. They will be starting off with their match on day 2, but still, single digit is something that is going to be lot of us to be start worrying about, because if you're already here at the end of day one, and I'm not too sure if day two can start, and day two has also started for a couple of these teams, and they're still in single digits, Darshita. 6 total days, and out of which one day has already passed. One map of day two has been done, and still single digit. It's going to be difficult, but still we know the match, the fight is not over until the semi-finals is over. Until day six is there, until day six last match, the match six is witnessed. It's not over. So right now, I wouldn't say any of these teams are already out or something like that, because all of these teams have the capability of getting back into the race. It's just that one game they need, and one game can put them into the leading chart in the top one and top two as well. That's the capability they have.
To be the case. Just something to turn table around, and if that happens, we can really see many teams coming up as a surprise for us. Right now, the post match 7 overall standings, we just witnessed many teams having a great start for themselves, but yes, some teams not getting so good starts for themselves. It's just day one. Day two right now is going on. First match, the way this first match went entirely was completely amazing to watch. And if this is going to be the case for the entire day today, I guess at the end of today's day, we are just going to see one new team coming up. Well, talking about today's day, the schedule is all set. Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar. That's A and B group that we witnessed right now. And Sam, we are going to head towards the group of A and C for the map of Miramar.
I'm looking forward to it. ANCC is going to be the group that we were talking about, who will be starting on day two as the first map on Miramar. Erangel is the classic
Exactly.
map every team is adjusted to playing in every tournament. But the side of team group, they need to be okay with starting off on Miramar. I understand they'll be looking forward to playing Erangel, and yes, they will also be playing Erangel. You can see right in front of your screen that the immediate next match happening is again Group C playing. So they will be, but Miramar as a start, I think it is also going to be a good boost, Darshita, if they are able to capitalize on the map of Miramar. Such an open map, you don't have a lot of covers to play around with. There can be multiple third parties that can happen anytime, and the zone is going to be even worse in this, because anytime it shifts, it pushes you and makes you uncomfortable and lets you come to the open every time. So I think teams, if they capitalize in the map of Miramar, going to Erangel, the journey can be a little bit smoother.
Again and again, advantages, disadvantages, you get everything. It's just up to the team which in which way you take these things. Now that you are starting the map of Miramar for today, yes, you are getting a great advantage of playing into a complete open areas, where the fights are remarkable ones, where the rotations are the most crucial parts of the entire map. But yes, there somewhere or the other, it really feels like, if you ask me personally, yes, it do feels like to start the map with the classic map of Erangel. But yes, for the map of Miramar, it's going to be a crucial one. Group C coming up with Group A. That's going to be one team who has started the day, one team who is starting the day. Let's just wait and have a look of who is going to take this victory for themselves.
We have to wait and watch. So, just as she said, you have to strap in your seatbelts again. We're going to keep reminding you, just like when you take your flight, the air hostesses come in and show you how to do it. We are going to let you guys know what to do, because it's going to be another hell of a roller coaster. Yes, we cannot take you in for the flight right as of now, but we can tell you that it's going to be a roller coaster ride. You can be right at the edge of your seats and still witness something great that these teams do. And again, day two, it's already started out to be a new team that is performing. Blind on day one actually did not perform, and that's the reason I have my notebook right in front of me, to make sure in case there is some action missed out that we actually forgot to talk about, or maybe if there's an action that needs to be very specific to be mentioned, so that you guys know what is being pulled out from multiple teams. I am making sure making a note of it, and we are also making a note of it. Even me, Darshita, and our casters on every desk are doing it. So make sure you support us on the various desks that we have. Hindi as usual usual, you all guys know everybody is watching. There is going to be Punjabi and Kannada also happening simultaneously. In case you just want to get over and visit them, don't forget to do that. But again, reminding you all viewers, do not miss out on the chance of getting yourself a royal pass. It's going to be happening very soon. As I said, the Loco stream is eventually going to start off as we are going to see the last three matches happening. That is going to be the second phase. That are, I would say, our co-caster who's there on the Hindi desk, Gamezo, tells there's going to be two phases. First phase, there's going to be two maps of Erangel and one of Miramar. The second phase, where you can see majority action of Miramar, two Miramars and then only one Erangel. But Miramar coming in, Darshita, just like I asked you in the first map, do you think it's going to be a slow-paced map or the fast-paced map, or do you think, just like we saw the zone shift coming in, do you think there's going to be a huge shift in the zone? Generally, it is centralized, but today, do you think it's going to have a change?
The play zone right now. We saw that right in the Erangel. It was a slow pace map at the beginning, but as the first zone came in, everything changed. And so can be the case of Miramar, as you already know that the play zone is something that you need to have your first priority on. And if you don't, I guess that's going to be the play zone playing with you, and it's going to play really bad. So that is something that I would really like to. Add here. Plus, talking about the vehicles in the map of Miramar, there you know the stability, right? You
Oh,
know
yes.
the ridges, you know the heights. So once you are jumping down one ridge with that vehicle, that's not something I would really like to see players getting eliminated due to miscalculations of vehicles, some mishaps happening, or just vehicles being used as a bait for elimination of players. That's like multiple situation that we obviously discuss that this can be the case, that can be the case, but at the end it's the play zone. It's just the play zone, and I would definitely like it to be the somewhere around the south once again.
Let's see if that's going to be the case. It looks like the flight path is ready. It has already taken off. Let's have our discussions and predictions and see which team it's going to be working out in the favor. You can see it is going to be towards the eastern that we are seeing the flight path go ahead, where teams are going to start having the favor of Impala, Campo Militar, where the zones such as I would say El Pozo, Valor del Mar is going to be a little bit difficult to get to, but yes, vehicles is going to be something that they can take and make a run for it. But before we have further discussions, let's talk about the teams that will be playing. As we said, it's going to be groups A and C playing. A is going to be starting off with the side of Soul, OR Marcos, 8-bit Team Forever, Blind, Celsius, AZTEC, and Legacy. And Team C is going to be starting off with their first match, that is going to be Team XSPARK, TSM, CHEMIN, Velocity, Insane, Enigma, Revenant, Force One, Weird. Out of this, there's going to be two or three teams that I want to mention. One is going to be the side of Team Blind, got their winner chicken dinner, looking forward to perform. The second team is going to be the side of Team Kemen, who had two back-to-back winner chicken dinners on day one. So they are also resuming now. So let's see if they're going to be resuming on another winner chicken dinner.
Competition is what we are really expecting in the map of Miramar. Right now, the play zone is prioritizing more of the eastern areas there. Okay, but the first phase down there will again be somewhere marking its way towards the southern eastern sides. You know, Sam, we keep on saying that Miramar is the biggest map. But what do you want to say when you see the first phase like this?
Ah, the zone.
Exactly.
The second time, any time the flight path has taken, I would say, an eastern or a southern shift on the map of Erangel and this map of Miramar, the zone is also favoring the same. But right now, we are seeing a casualty happening from the side of Team Revenant and either the side of Team Celsius. I'm not too sure. The drop clash between Crusade El Val, between two different teams. One is for sure that's going to be Revenant, which is going to be the another team. We will eventually see it, but I think it's going to be very difficult for the team to counter it right as of now, as they've already had the casualty. The side of Team Revenant are one such team. If they pick a fight, they finish it off.
Finish talking about the fight more and more. They got two finishes in their accounts, and right now the sides of Team F1 can be into more of difficulties. Austin Portex there is, definitely covering the other sides of the compound, and you know how important it is to get a different angle on the entire fight. Paradox down there is just waiting for. One player to get more and more damage so that he can just go all ham towards the enemies and take more to finishes in their accounts. They definitely are waiting for that. But talking about the sides of team F1 right now, they are into difficulties. Two players down at such an early stages is something that is not really believable for them. But as I was saying, the Empire, the last surviving player, left there and there. What do you think, Lucifer? Can he make out of this fight, or it's done for him?
I think this is going to be Force One getting down very, very early. There's nothing that they can recover from. Revenant, as I said, are not a team which will let it go. They want to finish it off, and especially having the map of Miramar, being this aggressive, being this open, letting everybody know where the players are dropping in. Revenant are one team we know. They are the sneaky climbers. They always pick up points. They always look forward to being consistent. And when they get a very good match for themselves, they immediately get that winner winner chicken dinner and jump to the top of the table. So Revenant, this is a chance that was right, I would say, given to their dish. Right served on the platter in front of their tables. And Revenant, you saw them, got the four finishers, finished off the side of Team Force One. But Force One will not be happy, Darshita. This is the first map that they started on day two, and they've immediately got eliminated.
Yeah, minutes of the map, and that's really difficult to deal with. Talking about the sides of team legacy, there right now they are holding a great position, and that's going to be the only player there. Okay, he is a bit away from his team, trying to go in for just trying to go in for gathering more and more information about the surrounding players, or any other surrounding teams that you that he can. But when you talk about more of play zone, I already can see somewhere 70% of the players already into the very first play zone, and that directly means that somewhere the rotational clashes are something that we may not experience in this map of Miramar.
I agree with you. Rotational clashes is going to be very less. Insane and Weird, along with Enigma, I guess, are going to be the only teams. Revenant also, they already got the huge buff. But right as of now, I'm looking forward to how the zone plays out because, as you said, right, majority of the teams are already inside. So as soon as this zone shifts and I would say crumbles, everybody will start eventually rushing in. And the distance between each and every team starts getting closed off, and that's where I guess there's going to be a lot more fights that we are going to start seeing. But right as of now, every team is just looking forward to loot. Nobody is looking forward to pick up a fight, and this is why the map of Miramar is even more dangerous. Erangel, we know teams actually get pushed off from the zone, and eventually the third part is not what they lose to. It is that the zone is pushing him, then the opponent tries to gatekeep. But here on the map of Miramar, it is dangerous because yes, the zone will same the way of Erangel. It'll push you, but it'll push you not to just one team, but multiple teams that are also doing the same rotations or that are just looking forward to hearing sound cues.
It can push you to your death or to your victory. It's
Yeah,
just a matter of
being lucky.
time that exactly being lucky, or something more plays of your strategies, or something that we really can witness right now. We saw one team getting eliminated, that's going to be F1 getting eliminated in the early 4 minutes of the map. But after that there was no sound of the fight happening, but not for a longer period of time. Is these fights going to stop? There you go, blind is being caught here, and the team that performed amazingly in the last map of Miramar, right, in the last map of Erangel, my bad, and that is into a bit of problems there. One player is already down, and I guess will be eliminated. Well, yes, Eggy will be taking him off completely. Blind losing one of their player will decide to disengage the fights, and maybe go in for more of the placement points and the end zone fights.
Look at that. Again, the same back foot stance, the same disadvantage that the side of Team Blind had on the map of Erangel. They've gotten a little bit too early here, but still, the disadvantage is something that actually, I guess, pushes the entire squad of Blind to perform even better. They understand the stakes and they understand the number disadvantage means that they have to play very close to each other and actually pushes them right over the edge to get that winner winner chicken dinner. So I think even though with the disadvantage coming in, yes, it boosts the confidence of Enigma who just got their first match, but the side of Blind, it just tells them that it does not matter. And also, we all remember 8-bit having the same disadvantage with just being a three-man squad, dropping down in the map of Miramar, and still getting the winner winner chicken dinner on the map, says that even a three-man squad can pull it off, but you have to play together.
You do have to play together. Unity is unity in your gameplay is something that you need the most, and especially in a map of Miramar. Well, that is something I would say that you need the most. Well, right now 8-bit, they are trying to scout in for players, trying to gather more and more information. Not just 8-bit, but I would say each and every team right now is looking forward to that. AZTEC K47. Well, there you go. One more fight. Mighty is being caught, not just caught, but punished at the same time. On the other hand, talking about Team XSPARK there, well, a peace out compound, a safe, a secure compound is something that they are being holding. Scout there is holding a great upper hand advantage that can really work into the favor of his entire team.
Right now, having the advantage is going to be very crucial. But I also think that teams waiting out for a longer time on any compound or any higher ground advantage is eventually going to become a casualty of their own, because they have to start rotating when the zone crumbles. But right now it looks like the side of Team Revenant, after the initial strong start that they got, they've spotted the side of Team Enigma and they've already taking them down one after another. Enigma have lost two players back to back, and I'm not too sure what the other two players from the side of Enigma are feeling, because eventually if the side of Team Revenant have started a fight, they will be looking forward to finish it.
They are looking to do that. They did that, and they will surely, not let this one fight just go off their hands. Right now, they are looking good with six finishes, two players. That's going to be Enigma, Rex, and Avi. Okay, Rex has to go down with that incoming grenade, causing a lot more of problems for him. He'll be completely taken off, and right now it's just Avi, the last remaining player for the sides of Team Enigma. There, holding a lot more of responsibilities onto his shoulders, and I'm just waiting to look if Revenant gets that last finish or it's gonna be Enigma Avi. Well, before I say anything, Enigma Avi with that vehicle will be falling off the fight, deciding to go in for some great placement so that at least some points they can get with that one finish, points of placements as well.
Let's see who gets the finishes in their cards. This is just the start of Miramar, but it looks like Revenant has the upper hand in terms of the finishes. But now the side of Team Forever, Savitar, he has found an initial flag on the side of Team Blind again. Blind already have the casualty, and that casualty is becoming a little bit further down the line and making sure the number becomes a huge disadvantage for the side of Team Blind. We will see what is going to happen, but the side of Team Soul, they are very close to the fight. They are hearing those sound cues, but they know why not to get that fight. Because if they finish the fight as they started the third party, there will eventually be another third party as well. Velocity have started making the noise, and I think Orange Rocky Sports will eventually hear this and maybe also come and pick up the fight. But Savitar, he's going ham on the side of Team Blind. He wants to finish them off.
With few minutes more passing by, I would say we will definitely see a lot of teams getting into fights. We are waiting somewhere for that scene to happen, but right now when you talk about the players that are out of the zone, they can be into more of difficulties. You have to rotate, you have to get into the zone as soon as possible, and this is what something I was waiting for. The play zone right now is not looking so good for many of the teams. You see the areas of Los Leones somewhere is going to be into a lot more of kiosk, and so goes to the complete eastern sides as well. So this is something that I was really afraid of. Right now the teams that are going to rotate later into the zone can be into more of problems, but Venus and Shadow is being caught by 420 OP. They're not being caught punished, and at the same time will be eliminated. 420 OP looking good with that Scar. Lakwan Nox will be trying to take him down, but I guess CHEMIN Esports can be into difficulties. As Sam, you can see two players there on the back as well.
TSM right now, they want to pick the fight, but with the casualty, as you said, they're looking forward to making a run for it, and maybe also not only a run but trying to flank. But the side of Team Kemin, they are actually reading into it brilliantly. But OR, we were talking about it that they could actually pick up a fight with the side of Team Velocity for the fight that they were actually looking forward to initiate on the side of 8-bit. But OR, they don't want to get into that battle because, as I said, third parties are eventually going to be a uh, downhill for every team. And they initiate the fight, the fight is going to be completely going to be devastating. But what is this switch of the zone? The entire team, the entire lobby, not only team, I would say lobby, is now rotating towards the zone, which is going to be completely in the open. It will have couple of compounds to play with, and this is like a no man's land fight that can happen here, and the rotation, we are going to see a lot of chaos.
Play zone right now is completely like you got my priority at the starting stages, but that is not gonna happen for a longer period of time. Right now, the teams have to rotate, and as we were talking, that there won't be any kind of rotational clashes that we have our eyes on. Well, my bad on that, because we definitely are gonna see some more of rotational clashes happening. Talking about 8-bit Nexus there with that grenade, he was trying to take some players down, but won't get any kinds of connection. It's going to be the sides of Team XSPARK and 8-bit getting into the fights. Ultron is being caught, his location is being compromised, but Jazzy there won't be able to take them down. Right now, with that vehicle moving all around, do you think, Sam, you can trust the stability of vehicle in the map of Miramar?
Never. I wouldn't place my bets on it, and that's why the side of Team 8-bit, as soon as it started smoking up, they jumped out, got into another vehicle, got into the seats, and ran away. But yes, they have to be sure that even with this rotation happening, cautiously they move around those hills, move around their dunes. If they're going to be accelerating even a little bit more than expected, it's going to be a topple. But right now, it's going to be the side of Team Velocity. The side of Velocity, they're not too sure which fight they want to pick. That's what I feel looking at their fights, looking at their shots. They're just spotting players out, trying to do some damage, and that is not working out. Look at the fight of Revenant on the other hand. Revenant, they're a team. They're like, we are going to pick up a fight. We are going to run into the battle, and they're already doing the damage. OS Bolte, we did also see Savitar. Team XSPARK right now has also found the side of Team Weird. They are also falling down. And again, for teams and also viewers who do not know, Weird Esports are also the same team that you saw in the Champions 3.0. That is going to be Tenacity. They were the team who played so well, and now also looking forward to doing the same. But the side of Team XSPARK caught out. Looks like but Team XSPARK down doing the damage. Akshat very very low, goes in for a reload, but look at his health, he needs to patch himself. Dome is also low, Dome needs to be actually revived. CHEMIN 420 OP, he has healed himself, he's pushing up ground, he's going to spot ground out in the open. That's going to be a brilliant shot connection coming in, and yes, Doom needs to be revived. But 420 OP, look at the flag that he finds. Two players were simply standing or sitting or prone, I don't even know, but they were just doing nothing there. And XSPARK, with the advantage, with the cover that they had to provide, they did not do anything, and they will be finished off.
The reason why you definitely need a great angle is already onto your screens there, but that fights are not going to stop. We or Mr. IGL will be coming forward, will instantly be punished by the sides of Kevin Esports. There Kabi is being caught, and that's going to be a third party from the sides of Team 8 with there. And there right now, three teams getting into a fight can cause a lot more of problem for one single team, and I guess that's going to be the sides of Team Weird losing that player. At the same time, 8-bit is called by the sides of Team Soul. Weird, who trying to go in for some predictable shots, is not getting any kinds of connection. Well, yes, he will not be getting, but Celsius Apollo on the other hand is being caught. Juicy will be just compromising his location, and at the same time, Nexus will also be doing the same. Right now, the fights are just getting more and more hyped up, and Sam, with these players just compromising themselves, it can be more and more interesting.
It can be a lot more interesting, but let's see what's going to happen. Team Forever right now going down to the play zone. It's not looking good for them. They did initiate a fight, but I want to see what happened to the side of Team Revenant. Did they all lose, or it was just one casualty? Looks like in the live status they have only one casualty, nothing else. But right now Enigma, before he goes out, being the sole survivor, he wants to do the damage, do the heavy lifting, get a couple of finishes for his team, and he's already gotten two, and he gets the third one on board as well, along with the play zone's advantage. With right as of now, he's down. Velocity snacks him, pushing up, but he does not get it. It's going to be the angle that works out for the side of Team 8-bit. Nexus playing that angle brilliantly. His health was also not looking that great. Now Atanki has the responsibility. I'm not too sure where Kratos is, but Atanki is pushing in alone. Nexus is ready for the fight. I think Nexus is giving up a revive right here, but Nexus is also being pushed up. He connects the damage. He also gets another knock, and there is Kratos behind all this action. He goes down, then the push comes in, and he also finishes Nexus with the 1v3. This man, what did he just pull up? Everybody from the side of 8-bit were knocked, but a 1v3 on the side of Team Velocity, the higher ground advantage, the angle advantage that he played. Oh my god, what a nerve-wracking game of Miramar.
definitely is a nerve-wracking game. On the other hand, you can even see the sides of Team Soul. They are trying to just going for a great position, but the split that is gonna be the main reason where the problems can initiate. On the other hand, when you talk about Revenant and CHEMIN Esports, they already are getting into one more fight. Top Dog will be trying to go for more, and Norva gets one more onto its bows. Akshat will be holding back that position. Top Dog is really low on HP, needs to patch himself up before he gets into the second one. And on the other hand, Paradox there will be trying to go in for some great cover fire, but will that be possible? Well, yes, that is possible. Top Dog will be taking not one but two players down there. Revenant with 11 finishes. Man, oh man, it's just like the map is changing, and the team who gets the highest amount of finishes is changing with the changing map.
Exactly, it has to. And what a match of Soul right now. Yes, they've lost Viper. Viper, I don't know why it's not working out in his favor. He does manage to do the damage, but he's not able to capitalize. I think that's where something has to work out, or maybe a different gun. Previous map also he played with the map. This map also he started off with the mini. It did not work in his favor. Maybe it's just the gun that he needs to change up, but for Viru, it's working out brilliantly. It's just that whenever Viru gets knocked, somewhere the side of Team Souls, I would say, Joe, the team play that is there, no, that's somewhere it starts, I would say, feeling damn. I don't know how to compose it, but I would say if Viru falters, the entire team strategy falters. It's like he's an anchor for the side of Team Soul. If he's there, the side of Team Soul are very confident. If he's not, they eventually start losing out. But right now, they have lost most of their players. Ninja is about to be wiped out. He needs to be revived, but he will not be given a chance as Yuva OP will be eliminating. It's all up to Aquanox. He was looking to connect his shots on Yuva, but there was none of it that Yuva was actually giving. He was never overextending. But with that, Avi also gets eliminated, as you see from the side of Team Enigma. He was the last surviving player. He tried his best. He came to be in the top 10 for this map of Miramar, so he's got both finishes as well as.
Well, yes, that is going to be the case. On the other hand, OR and Marcos Gaming getting into one more fight. Madman is being caught there. Evo with that Empress team will be trying to take him down. Well, yes, that is going to be the case. That's done and dusted for the sides of team Marcos Gaming on the 8th position. Revenant, on the other hand, is really looking good today with 11 finishes in their accounts. They are really giving a great fights to the remaining teams back there. But right now they have lost one of their player, and you already know losing one of their player can cause you so much of problems. The Stones, on the other hand, is just giving surprise and surprise, like back-to-back surprise is what we are seeing. Insane Adi with that grenade trying to go in for some finish points for him as well as his teams. Well, will that be the case or no? I'm not yet sure, but with 6 teams, we do have 20 players alive. Where in the map of Miramar, we are done and dusted with 21 minutes.
This is just looking even more interesting than Erangel, and I am really enjoying this. Insane, who did not do anything till these 20 minutes, and right now they are going ham. But another miscooked grenade coming in from Wraith. Thankfully, he had a place to run out, and he immediately got in to a different room. Otherwise, he would have actually been destroyed. But right now, with the shots being connected from Yuva, I guess he's right now stealing the kills that the side of Team Insane had actually damaged and knocked players. And it's up to the last player from the side of Team Legacy to survive this out, survive this fight, this third party that can eventually happen. I'm sorry, it actually has already happened. On the side of Team Soul had the probability of getting those finishes. Viru right now, again, looking forward to picking a fight with the mini. We did see Viper doing it, but Viru, he's looking forward to connect to those shots. He has connected, but still a buggy push coming in. He's done the damage. Is this going to be enough? The smokes are providing the cover. It's going to be helping Nexus to revive his player. But Revenant, they are also a team who were looking brilliant, but just this higher ground advantage working for the side of Team Soul. I think Team Soul, because Soul do not have any more advantage of the higher ground. The zone is in the open road. It's going to be a battle for the road right now. A road runner.
Exactly. I was just waiting for that word, and there you go. You are already up with that. Yeah, patience is something that you really need at this point of time when you talk about the end zones fight. And with 6 live teams, the rush for the road is something that more teams have right now can cause a lot more of problems there. And it's okay, that drop there, something just forward with that vehicle on Adi, but will instantly be going behind the bars and just not letting Adi take him off completely. At the same time, the players of Insane, their Goblin is being caught, is being punished. Yuma Oki is being caught, is being punished. Multiple teams, multiple casualties happening is a case that we have witnessed. But this zone that comprises of completely open area is causing more and more of casualties to go down, players to go down, or maybe just an entire team to go down. And for me, that grenade can cause a lot more of problems. But there you go, two players very low on HP. Okay, Insane was something that I didn't expect really to be here and take the team out. But Team Revenant is being eliminated completely there and there with Insane coming up as a surprise for them.
Insane comes in as a surprise. As I said, they were being the right now very sneaky players on this map of Miramar, and they're making it work in their favor. But I would say the one who is being even more sneaky peeky here is going to be Spirit from the side of Legacy, because look at him. He's the only sole survivor, has five first aid kits. He's patching himself. He's playing the healing game as much as possible. If he comes out right now, Insane have their eyes glued on him. But right now, I think the majority and the advantage is going to be for the side of Team OR, having all the four players surviving. Insane, even though they do not have a lot to play around with, but four finishes, entire squad wipe coming through, they have the advantage of playing this in their cards. Insane can turn this game around in their favor, but OR, I think they are not wanting to give it away. But what we are actually going to be giving away is going to be battle passes, royal passes coming your way. So make sure you are going to be following us on Loco, because this is just the first half of this AMD Skyesports Mobile Open semi-finals day 2. There's going to be the second half, which you're going to witness on Loco. Along with that, you will also get rewarded for watching. So make sure you're ready for it. But Spirit comes out the zone, making him push, and the last two teams surviving. Insane with a 3v4 fight on OR. I think OR had a casualty over there, but nothing to worry about. So they will be revived back again. It's a 4v3. Who do you think has the upper hand here, Darshita?
On the live status, and I'm just letting the live status and the probability to speak right now. 57% chances for OR, 42 for Insane. And the main reason is one player not being there. We know how crucial one player is, and if that's going to be a disadvantage, I guess the next time these teams wouldn't let one casualty go just like that. But talking more about the fights right now, Team OR do have a great responsibility here. They can really deny the entry of these players to the zone, but Team Insane is not ready for that denial as well. OR Vexi and Evo is just holding down, and at the same time, when you talk about the players holding an upper ground advantage, that can be a great one. Evo is being caught. There you go. We'll be taking him down. Jelly will be trying to move further, and that box full of surprises can cause more and more surprises there.
I agree with you. There might be the airdrop has not been looted, so Jelly can again get a lot more in his favor. Right now, Siam, he needs to be finished, and that's what Aditya does. A great grenade connection coming on Adi from Jelly. He needs to throw in another one, and I think he is actually going in for the loot. But can he have another grenade ready? Because Adi has patched himself up, and Insane with the split play that they're doing, it's going to be disastrous for them. It cannot actually work out, because we've always seen making a split play happen is going to be difficult, because you're unable to relay information to your teammate. But right now, can they do it? Because yes, the live status tells us the probability is in the cards of OR, but I don't think it can actually work that way, because this live status only gives us like the theoretical statistics, but the game all favors the player, the team which actually plays it out better. But right now, Wraith, he's getting damage dished on. Him being separate from his teammate is actually looking like it's going to be very difficult. Adi and Raid, can they make this happen? The push is happening from the side of Vexi. Both of them are very close. Adi gets knocked. It's going to be all up to Raid. There's going to be a double push coming in. There's going to be a lot of damage dished, but Vexi, look at him. He's about to survive. He goes in for the reach of a gun, but then Vexi finishes it off. And what a play coming in from the side of Team OR. And this time, OR say the statistics is always going to be right. We did have the advantage. We will also make sure we close it with our advantage. And I think OR played it brilliantly. Had in total 13 finishes as soon as they finished the team of Insane. And with that, plus 15 is going to push them somewhere around to 28 to 30. So they will be really, really happy with this number of points that they've grabbed. But again, it is a change, Darshita, that again on day 2, new set of teams have already started rolling in.
To be the case. Team OR getting their chicken dinner on the map of Miramar. Well, yes, that was something that they really needed to, just boost things up completely. And as you said, Sam, not just 15 points they get of the victory, but 11 finishes. That's going to be a huge number for them as well. Going so aggressive, so ham towards the enemies when you aim for the chicken dinner is a bit risky, but at the same time, you can already see on your screen it's worth it.
It's always worth it. Man, oh man. I really loved watching this map of Miramar. The action was so intense. I could not take my eyes off the screen. I had to just make sure not missing a single second, because if I missed a single second, either the side of Insane could have clutched it out. But I think somewhere, I don't know at what moment the side of Team Insane actually got a chance to regroup. Wraith was not there playing with his teammate, and as I said, they had to play together. But this time again, playing from the lower ground, it's not that much in terms of a difference, but still, there was kind of a boulder. The higher ground advantage played in the cards, but still, Vexy looked like he could have gone down. But it all started when the side of Team CHEMIN started pushing on the side of Team XSPARK. Clown thought his teammates were covering him. Push comes in from Akshat as well as 420 OP. Both of them are able to finish this guy off, and as soon as Clown goes, there are two more players who are right hiding. You can see those pixels, which 420 OP spots, and he gets it for easy. There was nothing. He did not do anything. He did not have to do. I would say we talk about the information seeking play, right? He did not have to do it. He just was like trying to run back to cover, saw two players.
With the fight, it's going to be VLT and 8-bit. And at this point of time where multiple teams started engaging, we saw teams getting third partied. We saw multiple teams engaging in one single in one single fight, my bad. I guess that was the point where Miramar just turned table around. Nexus, the way this man clutched this fight, all of the players were down. He was the last surviving player there, and he did it with a 1v3. That's something really out of the box, really amazing for the entire team. Team Revenant, on the other hand, they were picking up a fight, they were completely eliminating the enemies, and they just were running away with that. They were not waiting, and that is even one part of strategies when you talk about it.
I agree with you. Strategies were brilliant in this map. Insane also had their strategy that was just to wait around, wait it out as long as possible, and then play out. But I think the side of Team Soul also had the advantage of getting the winner chicken dinner. But somewhere they made a push which was completely uncalculated. They pushed down the ridge in a separate manner. They played like not at all a team, played like two separate entities, and everybody started pushing in from different corners. And then at last, we saw only Viru being the last surviving player, and he couldn't do a lot. But then, look at this, this fight that Vexy initiated did actually get a knock. But then, Wraith was actually still doing the damage. We knew he had the capability. He also did get a knock. But then, Vexy played switched to his gun. He made sure he always has the upper, I would say, ground advantage that we always keep talking about, and the upper ground advantage played in his favor. He was backing off again and again, and if he overextended a little bit more, if who knows, a headshot connected, he could have actually gone down, and then OR could have actually be finished off, and Raid could have actually done a 1v3 1v4 and finished off the entire side of OR, got the winner chicken dinner. But still, Insane only playing rotation here on this map of Miramar, not going very aggressive, playing very strategic game, I would say, entering the zone, staying inside a hard cover, waiting it out, and getting total of 16 to 18 points here with just one map is still good for them, as they're moving to the qualifying stage to the grand final. So right now, teams are coming up with their new strategies, which looks really brilliant. Some teams going aggressive, some teams strategically rotating, getting the center of the zone, playing inside the zone till the end, and making sure they have both kill points as well as placement to end the map.
Well, yes, they do need to have both of things for themselves, so that there's a great balance between both of them. The end situation that we just witnessed, you saw, you said right now, right, was able to clutch it. He could have done it. He could have done it, I would say, because it was just because of the lower hand disadvantage that. Things did not work into his favor, and that's why we keep on saying that this map of Miramar is a play of the more height advantage you get, the more chances, the more probability of your chances increases. That's why we keep on repeating ourselves. But entirely when you talk about this map, it's been really different. You talk about the starting, the play zone was somewhere prioritizing the eastern sides, but at the very first wave, the biggest map was cut down to like 50% of its entirety.
Ah, man, it's always the play zone, right? That is actually changing things up, and I think people need to start looking forward to how they can actually play around the play zone. First, as you said, gave an advantage, but then it all, I would say, pushed teams to start pushing in, rushing into the zone as the zone switched up. And I think today's MVP at the end of the day, yes, there's going to be a player, but I think we can call it already with the, I would say, amount of changes, amount of shifts that we have seen, amounts of disadvantage that the play zone and the circle has dealt. That is the MVP for me. And that's the reason, one of the reasons that Battle Royale games actually get really, really interesting. That the zone is very unpredictable. Teams need to anticipate on their rotation, and if they are actually able to have it on precise, on dot, that they're actually predicting either by the rotation, edge rotation that they're doing, or directly holding the center of the circle every zone, then they might actually get the winner chicken dinner. None of the teams right as of now, whoever has actually done those rotations have worked. We saw the first map of SKYLIGHTZ, they were on the edge always of the circle. They fought a lot, they got a lot of finishes, but when they had to get the winner chicken dinner, they couldn't do it. Right now, you could see the side of Insane. They played a center hold for the map of Miramar, which actually works, but because of the number disadvantage that they had, and also that they were actually playing a split apart. And I think Adi should have found his way up rather than Wraith pushing himself down, and that's where it also did not work in the favor of Team Insane. And OR came in clutch and got the winner chicken dinner. So again, heading back to Erangel, there's going to be a switch up there, Shita.
Switch up of teams, switch up of pace, everything. Not just one single thing is what is going to change right now. You see the map of Erangel, the very first, the things that started on the map of Erangel were way too different. And if that's the case for Miramar again, then Erangel can be different. But yes, this time we are going to have two different groups. So that is, definitely something that we need to have our eyes on. Or maybe when you talk about Erangel more and more, you can somewhere there are like 50% chances less that you get a upper hand advantage, or maybe something else or something else. It's just a pure play of strategies that you need to showcase on the map of Erangel.
You have to bring in strategies because teams have already understood how to play this map, and we talk about it multiple times. It's a classic map of Erangel. So there's not a lot of, I would say, uh, funny incidences or some sneaky plays happening because teams actually predict on how teams rotate, how teams drop, what can the drop clashes be, how aggressive they can go. So these are the things that we eventually see happening. But again, I think there is going to be a switch up in terms of the teams dropping in a place and the teams not dropping, and maybe those rotations happening that teams are actually targeting. I am looking forward to that, Darshita, because that is something that can happen new on the map of Erangel.
Maybe. Let's, it's just the amount of time that we need to wait. I know the wait is not possible after witnessing two amazing
Oh,
maps like
yes.
this. It is not really possible for you all guys to wait, but yes, patience is something that would definitely take you one step up. And by step, I do remember step by step, these teams are just climbing up and up. And right now, if you even do that step by step, then there's more of chances that at the end of a fourth or fifth day of this semifinals, we can see something really great happening once again.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, day two has already been a banger of a performance that we are enjoying. So it's going to be, as Darshita mentioned, day three, day four, day five. All of them are going to be something that you were not ready for, but at the end of the day, enjoying it. And that's what we are also looking forward to. And if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And also, I'm pretty sure many of you have the question of when can be the major events happening, when can be the next event that can be open for us. Because I understand being BGMI player, a lot of you are looking forward to opportunities, and Sky Esports is always on top of that, to giving it to each and every team. And that's the reason we are talking about underdogs, not telling them as underdogs here. It's going to be the rising stars that have showed their performance. You can already see the side of Team Weird Esports. I did mention they were also one of those teams that have showed us a brilliant performance. Yes, they have rebranded themselves as Weird before they were Tenacity, but they are still doing the same amount of damage. The performance is somewhere missing. They will be coming out with a banger, but before that, we will talk about the overall standings after day 2, match 2. What kind of damage has been done? CHEMIN still standing on top. Yes, it was not a winner chicken dinner for them, Darshita, but still they've raked up points.
We had a discussion on this, right? If one map changes, things change, and that's exactly happening. After the map of Erangel, somewhere Team EXO was just having 1 point difference with Kemin, but there you go. It's going to be 4 points difference right now. Kemin with a total of 68, and that's a great balance between placement and finish. I would like to mention 37 for placement, 31 for finish. Team EXO on the second position with a total of 35 for placements, 27 for finish, a total of 62 for them. Team Insane on the third position with a total of 60. OR with a total of 56. Revenant just marking a single point difference and a total of 55 for them. Whereas you can see the sides of Team Blind and 7C with a total of 53 for themselves. We really saw each and every team right now on the first sides of overall standings performing really good. But the main question that arises right now is that enough? These teams have made a long way. Some of these teams have made a long way to come to the semi-finales of AMD Skyesports Mobile Open, and right now going back with just semi-finales is something that these teams really don't want to happen. Orangutan on the eighth position with a total of 52 for them. TSM on the ninth with 51. And what more attracts me right now here is the difference. You can see the first with 68 and the ninth with 51. There's like small gaps that are being created between two teams. Either it's like 4 points or 2 points or 3 points, and that can be covered in one single match. Coming back to the other sides of overall standing, Marcos Gaming with a total of 51, Skylights Gaming 48. Well, Team 8-bit with 41 for themselves. Bit low, I would say, on the sides of finishes. That's going to be 16 for them, but placements, that's looking good with 25. Team Entity with 13 placements and 20 finishes. It's going to be 33 for them, but so is the sides for Team Forever with a total of 7 placement points, 26 finish points. Okay, this difference is something that I really not expected. 33 for them as well. Godlike on the 15th position with a total of 32. 1 point difference once again between Godlike and Celsius. That's 31 for them. F1 with 29, and Enigma on the 18th position with 28 points for themselves. Well, these were just the two sides, but the third side, well, that's already onto your screen. Weird Esports with a total of 25. Good luck, 24. Velocity, 24. And on this particular map of Miramar, if I talk about the sides of Team Velocity, as my amazing co-caster, as Sam, mentioned there, that it was somewhere a bit of confusing factor of what exactly Team Velocity wanted to do. At the initial stages of the map of Miramar, they had filled themselves up with the great utilities and everything, but yes, eventually getting into multiple fights somewhere can cause you a lot of problems, and I guess that's the only reason that we see Team Velocity right now on the 21st position. Aztec on the 22 with a total of 19, and same for the sides of Team Soul there. This is the overall standings after two maps done for today. That's Erangel and Miramar. Right now, we'll be heading towards the third map. What are your expectations, Sam? What do you think is exactly going to happen?
Third map for the day. I am still not too sure what I can expect. You can ask me. This is going to be a question that I'm going to ask our viewers as well. Please put down your expectations, but still being the map that we are witnessing day in and day out, but there are going to be differences that we are going to see, and that's what teams are also showing us, that they are getting ready, gearing themselves up. They are, I would say, not repeating their mistakes. They're learning from those mistakes and becoming a better team at the end of each and every day. And that's what I'm really enjoying. You might see a team performing really, really well on day one, but that team cannot repeat its performance on day two as well. But there is going to be still one team that is still lagging behind that we saw with just 8 points. They need to start making their way up. But for teams, I'm sorry, for viewers who do not know or who did wanted to see which group their favorite team is, there are three groups right in front of you: A, B, and C. We saw the first match of Erangel with A and B. We saw the second match of Miramar on A and C. Now we are going to see a match between B and C on the map of Erangel. So we did talk about this, right? C were missing on the map of Erangel. So they're going to be playing the map of Erangels to not start it off, but at least being their second match. But talking about this AMD Sky Esports Mobile Open, BGMI is what you guys are witnessing right as of now, but there's still going to be five more games in total, six games with the huge prize pool of 40 lakhs. 25 lakhs it was, but now it's been bumped up to 40 lakhs because of all our partners. You can see gaming partner Corsair, gaming storage partner WD Black, and also, as we said, powered by Loco, for which you will have a chance, Darshita, that viewers can get a pass for themselves. 20 royal pass if you reach 20k watching, and 30k watching we get 30 royal pass. Not we, you guys get it, we guys give it out. So make sure you're looking forward to do that. Like and subscribe here, follow there as well. There's going to be a lot more coming in. The question is going to be, yes, it's going to be 20 and 30k watching, huge sum. It's going to be a total of multiple streams that we are doing, multiple languages. So make sure you are there and you will also have a chance to get it. All the description of how claiming it and all those questions, I know you will be there asking in the chat. It will come up. We will all reveal that. And also, in case there's something that you missed out during the match, or maybe you wanted to see which team won map 1, map 2, head over to our Instagram page at the rate Sky Esports Gaming. That's where you get all the updates. But now heading back to the map of Erangel, Darshita, are we going to see a same switch up of the zone today again as we saw the first two maps?
We saw it happening twice, right? Southern sides is something that the zone is prioritizing more and more, and I'm not sure why why exactly that is happening, but yes, that is something that is happening. So maybe a hat trick, may
Oh,
not be a hat trick. I'm not completely sure, or I won't give any kind of predictions at this moment, because the first two maps have completely denied all kind of my predictions, and right now I don't want to prove myself wrong anymore.
I mean, that's the reason we say, right? We might be predicting and based on statistics, based on numbers, who can
Exactly.
get it, who can do it, how the map can turn, but it's just playing around, and that's what we said. A team which is a little bit lucky. So there's going to be a percentage that we can actually talk about luck and actually the skills. 90 to 99%, it's always going to be your team strategy, your team gameplay, as a team, how good you perform, the communication that you have, the resources that you keep handy, the way you fight, the way you initiate and rush into a team. All those things will be 90 to 90%, your capability, your strategy, all the things written down. But there's just going to be 1%, and we always talk about the 1% is also somewhere crucial. So you need to make sure that you have that 1% to yourself. But let's see who has it in this map of Erangel. The flight path right now changing up. So from the sudden advantage that it had from day one to day two start, it's changed up. I am happy about it. Teams which thought we might see another southern favored flight path, they have to now switch up their strategy.
They do have to, but until and unless the very first phase is up, I guess the same predictions may continue or may not continue. Right now, when you talk about the fly path, well, it's the northern sides, the areas of Severny, where the things are really starting down to the areas of Remox there. But the question same arises, that the teams are definitely going in for their primary drop locations, but what about the drop clashes? Will we be able to witness any kinds of drop clashes happening? And with every changing group, we are seeing new team just having a drop clash, and that's just like initial fights in the initial 4 minutes or initial 3 minutes. We see one fight happening, and that's like how things are starting. But right now, somewhere I guess. Maybe there are chances that we do see a drop clash happening up in the areas of Georgia Pool there, or maybe the areas of Yasnaya. But going all against the prediction of each and everyone, the very first phase right now is just on the upper hands. That's going to be the complete northern sides there, Sam.
This is going to be very interesting. Finally, we are seeing the switch coming through, but Enigma, they've spotted out the side of Team Good Luck who are still dropping down near Giorgio Pool. And I think the side of Team Enigma are a little bit too early to pick the fight. They do not have any good weapons. He was looking forward to pick a fight with a pistol, but right now the side of Team Godlike, I guess they are hearing the sides of Team Force One rotating very close to them, but they've still not got the loot, and that's the reason they will not be looking forward to pick a fight. Same goes for the side of Team 7Cs. They know there are going to be multiple teams close to them, and that's the reason they are also rotating. So any team that actually has to go to shelter, prison, Milta Power Farm, and even military base are going to have a little bit of a tough time, because you saw the zone, you saw the flight path. It was from the north to the direct western shift. So that's the reason teams are having a very difficult travel choices that they are making, but still hopefully they have a safe journey to get to loot, but after that we know it's going to be all chaos.
It can be. Looking at the very first phase, yes, it definitely can be. Talking about more teams, it's going to be Revenant there with a great split coming from their sides. Two players together, one players away from each. It's going to be a good strategy, but till the time that no team, just make their way into them, and if that happens, it can be difficult to really manage. Right now, 50% of the teams are already inside the zone, and somewhere near to 50%, we can see them just outside the zones. The sides of Team VLT, well, they made their way to military base, but instantly you see them picking up a vehicle and just moving further towards a fight or away. I am not yet sure for that.
I think they're just crossing the bridge. I think the side of Team Orangutan did a little bit of a spray to try and stop them, but Velocity understood that they cannot stop because they've not got anything except for those two or three vehicles which they're running away with. On the other end, there are multiple teams that have actually already gotten loots, but eventually the fights that they could actually pick up, they have actually walked away from it because of the time that they got in between looting and letting that team go. So there was just one of those two calls: either pick the fight or either let the team go so that we can loot a little bit better. Now, with the loot that the teams have done, slow movements will be done, but with the zone actually favoring everybody except for teams that have gone to military base, that such as Velocity, can have a tough time. Everybody else, this is close to center and I would say northeastern shift that we have seen. Not a hard one yet, but still, Darshita, first phase. So second phase can be a hard shift.
Just waiting for that to happen. That's all. I'm just really waiting to see of what next is going to happen. Right now, at this moment, everything is at peace, Sam. Nothing, no fights happening. Somewhere we saw the sides of Team Enigma trying to take down a team there while they were on their parachutes and with that vehicle, with that pistol. Sorry, my bad. With that pistols, that was pretty shocking. But yes, somewhere they realized that how important it is going to be for them to go in for some initial loots to get everything that they need and then go into fight. And that's the only reason that everything was stopped. Just right now, players focusing on the things that they need the most. That's going to be like some ammo, some good guns to play around with, and yes, the most important is a vehicle to rotate.
Everybody needs a vehicle to rotate. They need to look forward to it and they need to get those vehicles. But I think right as of now, something that teams are not actually looking forward to are the fights, and that's what I'm missing out. I mean, first map was so very interesting from the get-go. There were so many fights happening, but here the fights looked like it was to be initiated, but teams thought, let's just disengage from it. Teams are just going in for loot. Even the side of Team Good Luck, they were good luck for spotted from the side of Team Enigma, and Enigma did actually look forward to pick up a fight with just a pistol, but good luck. They knew the range wouldn't actually touch them. They did not have something to worry about. They got their loot. But is the side of Team Good Luck okay with Enigma picking that fight even in the starting phase? Maybe Good Luck has something else to say. We know they have the capability. We did also see previously when Johnny was playing, being the last sole survivor for the side of Team Good Luck, he did look forward to picking up in total of 3 finishes for his team and then going down. Along with that, he also got few placement points. So trying to balance it out somewhere, I think he got somewhere around 5 to 6 at least in terms of total points. So that just keeps the team going and going. I think that's what every team needs to do. Insane on the other hand, the strategy looked good, but it was not executed in a brilliant way because we know what kind of a team Insane is. The name has it, they're insane in terms of the firepower. The last map of Miramar, there was no firepower. It was just Insane looking forward to playing a very slow game. Yes, grenades were in action, but the guns that needed to be blazed from the side of Team Insane did not happen in the previous map.
And be different for them. It was just like waiting for the enemies to make a mistake, but eventually no one made a mistake, and that is somewhere that it gets difficult. You wait that the enemy will make a mistake, and eventually that doesn't happen, and that's where things get more and more difficult. But I guess the kill field is all set there. Well, yes, Enigma will be going in for the fight there. Enigma, can they make it work into their favor? I guess that's going to be really difficult. Shiny is going to be the last surviving player. They're a 1v1 situation, really low on HP. Can he make that happen? Well, no, he doesn't make that happen, and it's going to be the sides of Team XSPARK with 4 finishes getting a great start on the map of Erangel for themselves.
It was the drop. It was the jump coming in. I did not see
Exactly.
who was that player that jumped from the window. I mean, initially we immediately switched to the zone, so I did not get a clear idea who that player jumped. But whoever it was, played and controlled his crosshairs and his aim really, really well. Otherwise, it could have been an easy finish coming in for the side of Enigma. That player made all the damage happen, and with that, Enigma is going to be our first team, as Darshita said. There's going to be another team that we are looking forward to starting their journey in making their way into the top 18 is going to be the side of Team Godlike. We haven't still see them perform for the capability that they're known for. This is going to be a team that I'm pretty sure every viewer has their eyes stuck on, and every team out there right now in Erangel knows the capability, and they will somewhere have respect for this team because of the potential that they have.
Think phase somewhere. This is not something that we really idolized in our mind, but I know, and we all know, right? At the end hours, this team just does miracles, and that miracles is something that we really waiting for. Talking about the play zone once again, well, okay, Rozok and Yasnaya somewhere can be a great place to have a fight with, but the upper area Sivani, where you can see the sides of team entity marking an entry towards the zone. Well, that's a great position. You can see no teams, in the surrounding compound. You can wait, you can hold back if you want to go in for some placement points. But yes, if you wish to go aggressive and go more for finish points, I guess going in for fight is the only option you have. Talking about TSM, well, they got vehicles. I'm not sure will they wait towards this compound. Well, no, they won't. Will be making their way all through the play zones and just trying to gather more and more information.
Everybody right now, not only for information, as you said, will be looking forward to a lot more infinite points. That's what the side of Team Kemin want to do. Insane are looking forward to rotate. They did try to connect a bullet, and I think Insane, you have just, I would say, woken up the beast, and that's the reason you do not want to pick the fight. Same goes for the side of Team Kemin, and that's the reason they are immediately rotating. They do not want this fight to be initiated. I guess they're already inside the zone, and for them to just find a hard cover is going to be the best option, and that's what the side of Team Kemen are doing. On the other hand, EXO did initiate a fight, and looks like they do not have the enough resources to complete the fight, and eventually they have to look for it, and that's the reason they have actually stopped for now. But the side of Seven Seas, they are circling them. In the meantime, Entity and TSM are having a fight, and looks like Entity are have a better chance, but immediately I get questioned myself that I think the side of Team TSM are answering back and Entity are falling down, but Entity right now are getting third partied as well, and it's looking very, very difficult. Third partied from two different teams, from Revenant, from Godlike, and there is going to be TSM. So Entity, I don't think they can survive any longer.
Doubt they can. When you get surrounded by multiple teams, I guess covering each and every angle gets really difficult, and that's what exactly is happening. Shadow there, you can see Jonathan. He is just trying to take him off completely and not just let a single finish point go away from their hands. Well, on the same sides, Jonathan will be trying to take down the players of team TSM as well, but he won't get any kinds of connection there. But okay. This is a surprise. This is a big surprise for Zeke out there. He was not really expecting one player to just come up out of nowhere, but yes, he'll be punishing him really bad, and that's done and dusted for Team Entity there, where GODLIKE will manage to take two finishes for themselves. But on the other hand, Revenant, well, one player is down. The question arises right now that will they be able to revive him back or no?
I'm looking forward to it. What is going to happen? Is there going to be the revive being kicked, or is it going to be the side of this fight? It looks like Dome does have it under control, but his health is not favoring him. He does get inside the house. His pixel is spotted. His before I could actually complete my sentence, Insane had just surrounded the entire squad of Team Kemen, and Kemen eventually, even the run that they made for the hills, did not work in their favor. Right now, we also saw another team coming right up the ridge. I think it was the side of Team TSM or one or the other one. But right now, let's see what TSM can actually do before they can finish up the fight. It's going to be the side of TSM getting hit from the side of Team GOODLIKE as well. So the side of Team TSM, they're also being third partied. You can see Aquanox and Blaze are down. Blaze will be revived, but where is Aquanox? That's what I am looking forward to see. But in the meantime, Insane, the voices and the sounds from their guns have been heard from the side of Team EXO. EXO have pushed them, but can EXO actually convert this? Because if EXO start this fight, the side of Team 7Cs are also right at the edge of the circle.
Strategy. Two players you can see are still waiting there, and two players are all set with the vehicles to go in for a flank. I really do like the strategy, the way Team EXO is performing. You can see them. It's not just about a complete Unity gameplay that they showcase, but not being into Unity and eventually getting finish points is something that is really amazing. On the other hand, well, Godlike getting into a fight with TSM there, where they already got three finishes. Shadow has just compromised his location with the window peak that Clutch God just came to know right now. It's going to be more interesting after compromising his location. Can he make it happen? Well, Blaze has to depart. Neo will be going in for a complete aggression, and there you go, is being caught remaining on that magical HP. He manages to take him off completely, and that's done and dusted for the sides of Team TSM with one finish into their accounts.
TSM, man, it is not going to be enough for them. They've lost the it has not been a great day for them as well, but in the meantime, Weird also get eliminated. Not too sure what they wanted to do, but Orangutan, they cannot be happy about what they've actually done, because they've also lost two players, and in total they just have three finishes. So for them to work with anything right now, it seems very difficult, Darshita. Not too sure what they calculated, what fight they wanted to do, but right now I'm looking forward to what the side of Team EXO does with the side of Team 7Cs, because there was another team that was holding it down, looking forward to pick up the fight, and right now it looks like EXO have it under control, but 7Cs are playing very split apart, and this can be the reason that the side of 7Cs can actually be eliminated. This is the kind of strategy that I'm very surprised from the side of Team 7C. They are a team just like the side of TSM who have the capability in each and every player, but the mistake that they're doing is going to be playing split apart.
Is that can be a huge mistake. We already have discussed a lot of what Unity gives you, and if split gameplay is something that can cause a lot of problems, I guess that is something that you guys really don't prefer to play around with. On the other hand, when you talk about the sides of Team XSPARK and GL there, well, they do have a good luck in their name, but is that going to work in their favor or no is my biggest question right now. Scout knows that there's one player way too nearby to him, and he's just waiting for that player to make just a bit of more movement, and he can just take him down. Well, Scout, there you go with that grenade. He'll be trying to get in for more and more connection. Okay, he was just left on that last surviving HP with that grenade, and Ultron just took him down, and a grenade from Scout took him off completely eliminated with this team GL losing very first off their player. And on the other hand, the other players really look low on HP. Oh my god, just dashing into another team. It's gonna be godlike there, and that's done. Sam, with a blink of an eye, the team gets eliminated here.
This is what happens if you think you have the advantage, and if you try and push in, you will eventually be pushed off and finished off. You can never be sure that you are always on top of the fight. You need to be also having right in the back of your mind that the fight that you actually started off, or the fight that you were third partied, can eventually actually maybe work out in the favor of the opponent itself, out in your other squad. And that's what Godlike, they made it work in their favor. But Godlike also do have a hefty job of getting into the zone. Revenant Paradox and Revenant Austin Bot are going to be the players who can hold them off, who are also rotating from the same edge. But the side of Team Godlike, who actually rotated from a different position, can have the upper hand. You can see right at the edge of the circle, Revenant are going to meet the side of Team Godlike, and this is going to be a fight that can be initiated. But this fight can also be initiated from the side of SKYLIGHTZ, or SKYLIGHTZ can look forward to a third party. And I was saying, you can see Austin Botex, he's already knocked. They're looking forward to a confirmation on him. The pixels are being seen, and look at Jonathan searching for just one dot on their opponent.
Said we said team Godlike is a team that just showcases us what they can do amazingly, and they are doing it. 8 finishes is what they have got, and right now they are not stopping, getting into multiple fights once again. Revenant is holding back that position, but on the other hand, he got his team caught and is down to the ground pipe. There you go, and Core will be instantly traded by the sides of team Godlike there, and it's the last surviving player. Well, Paradox, I am not yet sure by holding that small area of water till where can this player just okay is that vehicle that this guy is holding Austin Vortex and Encore is down, will be confirmed, and Paradox is the last surviving player. How much chances do you think, Sam, is Paradox will Paradox be able to survive?
But right now, before I can actually answer that, I'm worried for the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. They stole a kill from the side of Team Godlike on Revenant. They'll not be happy about it. Paradox will not be able to survive for a longer time, but as soon as Jonathan gets paired, he's already caught in reinforcement, and you can see Paradox is already damaged, and Paradox is trying to hide right as of now. But in the meantime, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they are also getting distracted from a different team. And once you initiate a fight, especially in the fourth and the fifth zones, you have the highest probability of getting third partied. But as the time gets wasted, you not only get third party, there will be fourth party, fifth parties happening. A cluster eventually happens, and that can happen because right at the edge of our screens, we can see the side of Team XSPARK and Velocity as well coming in. Paradox is just trying to make a run as much as possible, gets spotted out. He's already sprayed down to just a mere health right as of now, surviving right at the edge. They are looking forward to connect, and they will be. But Revenant, wait, that was not a connection. He drowns himself. God, like, they will be beating themselves up for all the efforts that they put in. They did not get anything. Revenant kills were stolen. Revenant players did, I would say, took themselves, drowned themselves off, denying any kind of finish points. Man, Godlike, they'll not be happy. I'm pretty sure Godlike, they're going to go in rushing, and especially Jonathan. He'll be looking forward to doing a lot more damage.
Will be looking to, but on the other hand, when you talk about the sides of Team EXO, well, there you go. Fierce with some jump shots. He will be getting one. Can he get the second one? He will be trying to go in, and that's done. He clutches it amazingly, but at the same time, Grenade. Oh my god. He just clutched one fight, and at the same time, Rival, he managed to take the sides of Team EXO. That's done. Easy 4 is eliminated. Team EXO is eliminated, and it's out of nowhere. Team Rivalry. What did I just see right now?
Third party. This is just brilliant to watch, and it's a party at the end of the day. For any team that gets
Exactly,
finishes, it's a
yes.
party for them. They're like, yeah, we got it, man, and let's keep getting a lot more finishes. But still, rivalry, they just got a third party in terms of finishing of a squad. But look at them. The total that they have still is going to be just one finish. They just countered a fight where I would say all the players were dealing damage against each other, and they actually said hello at the right time. But it was just one player that they were able to take down. But right now, Insane, they're doing the damage. They're doing it on the side of Team God. Like, exchanges are coming across, but as I said, Insane are a team who are known for their firepower. 7 finishes already, and that is the confidence that they wanted. And look at them. They again have the center hold, but this time when they have the center hold, they also have the confidence.
you talk about the other fights, and at the same time you can see Scout there. Daljeet is already down to the ground, and Scout is just trying to completely eliminate the player and confirm one finish point, and I guess he will be able to do that. Team Velocity even getting eliminated on the ninth position. When you talk about Gordel there, Neo is being eliminated by the sides of Team Insane, and right now they are looking three players strong, and strong is the word that I would definitely be using for this team. As you can see them with nine amazing finishes, and they won't let this map go off their hands. They will be trying their level best right now. The compounded areas, the areas where you can find some great inner wall covers, are being a great hold to the players, but the open areas will be causing a lot more of problems. Insane Sayam there will be trying to go for some sprays, but according to his name, the level of patience this player has is just amazing.
Insane as a team has patience. Insane as a team has
Exactly,
firepower. They
yes.
have everything as a team that needs, and let's see if they can actually do it. But in the meantime, 7C, they have done some spectacular damage. Yes, not a lot of finishes. We saw the kill feed being popped. They are right now stuck in a shack, but I would say the side of Team Force One are going to be the deadly team right now. They are coming very late into the circle. They're letting every team who are already inside to fight it out, but right now the side of Team God, like they have found that late rotation happening. It's going to be Jonathan leading the charge. He's done the damage. Jonathan has got another call that there's going to be a team hiding in a small building, but Jonathan also hears another sound coming through that is going to be from the side of 7 He's done the damage, he's done the connection. Spray God is surviving with just a little for himself, but there's going to be another push coming in. Prince, he's going to be looking forward to help Spray God over there. Maybe medkits, maybe some bandages, maybe some energy drinks. But where are the other players who are pushing up close to the side of Team Godlike? That's what the side of Team Godlike are worried about. Grenades coming across. Force One, I've gotten spotted. 7C is taking down the side of Team Force One, as well as looking forward to pick up a fight with the side of Godlike, with the side of Team Orangutan. What is this? How are you disengaging from one and picking up another fight? Look at this again. The side of Team XSPARK are looking up to pick a fight with the side of Team Godlike. Godlike has spotted F1 as well as the side of Team 7C, but right now they are concentrating on a different team.
Exactly is happening. You look at minimap, it's just one part of the map completely set on fire and the other completely left out actually. This is not how we expected this map of Erangel to turn out. But talking about Jonathan there, well, that was just a play of bullets that just came across with like one and two more bullets touching Prince there, and then that was one amazing finish. And on the other hand, when we talk about South, where F1 players are being caught with that vehicle blast, he will be trying to go in for more and more, but I guess that's not going to be enough for him to deal with. Jonathan there once again, he's trying to go in for some great praise inside the smoke, and there you go. Nine finishes is what Godlike
Oh
had,
no!
and right now have 10. But what is happening?
Darshita, again, Jonathan's skill got stolen.
Oh,
Another
oh my
one.
god!
I'll tell you to be precise, right now, Godlike could have had 13 to 15 finishes, but they have just 10 because teams are right now stealing their finishes. Jonathan will not be happy about that. And look at them, he gets another knock. Sarang is down. He should look forward to that finish that will boost the side of Team Godlike. But insane, they have all the four players surviving. They are the ones who are stealing, who are the ones doing damage. Aladdin is going in for the revive. He's looking for to get Sarang back as soon as possible. But I think they are playing very close in the same building. Insane Adi connects a grenade on Gamla Boy. Between all these chaos, it's Team XSPARK who are playing it very calm.
It's not calm. Calm and compose is what Team XSpark is playing right now. Six finishes for them. It's a great number, I would say. Not so completely okay, but yes, it's a good start. And if this is the way they completely approach to the last fights as well, they can definitely make it happen in their favor. Right now, they will be having that inner wall cover to play around with. But look at Clutch God. Look at this man. The way he is just waiting into that smokes with some more and more spokes, and not just giving away his position, but at the same time, if he gets spotted here and if he is down, the revival is something that is going to be really impossible. Scout there with some more smokes. Okay, is he trying to go in for more and more smokes?
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I don't know what's exactly is happening in the map of Erangel, but it's completely turning out to be a play of play of apartments. I would say you can see the apartments, you can see teams holding the apartments, and till the time the zone doesn't get a complete shift, I don't think anything more is gonna happen.
But Scout, he's playing it brilliantly, right? As I said, so many smokes being lined up. He wants to confuse their opponent. And look at that, through the smokes, they're just throwing out grenades. But they get a grenade dished from their own teammate. That was completely uncalculated. And on top of it, Rivalry throws a brilliant molly. And taking a look at what just happened, XSPARK is going to be eliminated. One small grenade getting connected on your own team. Akshu was already gone, and then after that there was a volley because of which they got a couple of finishes. But godlike, they have three players. Jonathan is patching himself. He has the medkit to play with. They can hold out the side of Team 7Cs. Their zone is closing in. They don't have anything to play around. A brilliant molly, but 7C Sarang goes out to the play zone. Why are the side of Team Godlike being denied of every finish point that they can actually come in their way? They got one, it is come to 11, but still they could have made it to 16 to 17. But right now, Godlike, they are looking for to pick up a fight. It's going to be a grenade connection coming in on the side of Team Orangutan on Trigger. And look at the building that the side of Team Godlike are playing. The same building Orangutan are also playing, but they're playing on the rooftop.
right now, and you can't, it's just gonna be a surprise if any one of the players decides to just jump off. But with this comes the grenades. Right now, when you know that there's someone on top of, I was just talking about grenade, and there you go, Z God with that grenade will be getting a great connection on the players of Insane there. And right now 11 finishes, but going out of the zone. Look at Team Godlike. Look at these players. They don't really want to stop today. Sayam is down to the ground, has been revived back by his teammate. But Team Godlike, I am just waiting to really get to know of what strategies they are using.
What strategies our team's going to be using is what we are going to be looking forward to. But all the viewers who are looking forward to the matches that are getting this much insane, don't forget to head over to Loco as well. That is where the stream is also going to be starting off on. That's where we will be going and shifting towards as well. So make sure you're getting ready for that. Right now, top 5 teams playing this last circle of Erangel. And look at the teams. They are just making sure the zone pushes them, nothing else. 2 and 3 to 5 teams are just playing in zone to Jonathan. Look at him. He finds the player. He eliminates him. And who else can do it? Jonathan leading the charge for the side of Team Godluck. But there's going to be a grenade that does connect a little bit, does a chip damage. But still, players will be able to heal and patch themselves up. But Jonathan, he is looking forward to being the information seeker and also the leading fragger for the side of Team Godlike. And he is not stopping. Rivalry on the other end, they just have 4 finishes. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming also surviving. But there's going to be a push coming in from AKOP. Eliminates. That's going to be Jonathan again. This man with 6 freaking finishes. He's not looking forward to stop. Clutch got now surviving, also helping him out. He's going to also be getting a kill on Goblin. That was just brilliant. And with that, I think Insane should also be finished off. It's all up to the last 3 players surviving. Sayam, Adi and Rain. They are inside the zone. They can still make it work. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they are looking forward to push this, and pushing this is going to be difficult, Darshita, because it is going to be in the open that they have to push in. But Jonathan, look at the pixels this man is fighting. He is making sure everything just rolls in for his team. And just like we talked about the previous building, Darshita, Godlike in the building that was playing, the same building was the side of Team Orangutan. But this time, Godlike have entered the building of Team Insane, and Insane are playing just a floor above, not a rooftop. And Clutch God, look at his precision. He's just waiting for a single peek coming in from the side of Team Insane. And it does. Adi drops down. That's going to be a spray connecting coming. And it's going to be Clutch God going in for a reload with the smoke preventing any kind of vision. And it's going to be Z-God coming in clutch and helping him steam out. And Insane gets eliminated. What a play coming in from the side of Team Godlike. And now it's all up to Jonathan. Is he going to revive or is he going to eliminate the last surviving player? Gamla boy, the pixels are spotted. And it looks like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming got this. What a match to finish it off. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. Oh my god, the team which did not have the zone, the team which had to push out from the building, had to come out in the open. But the way Godlike played, man, I guess if the smokes had dissipated a little bit earlier, the side of Team Godlike had a little bit more vision, they could have done it. But those smokes preventing everything for them, I think was just unbelievable. But again, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, this is why we say it does not matter how many players you have, how many finishes you have. At the end, it is just a team or a player who is calm and composed, and that was the side of Team SKYLIGHTZ.
Every one of us speechless right now. they do have left each and every one of us speechless. At the end of the fights, it was like, okay, that's done, that's done. And out of nowhere, Skylights Gaming just hands it over. Jonathan was the last surviving player there. It was lot, I would say, more of a confusing situation just because of the smokes all around. The visions were completely denied, and that was the biggest reason, I guess, that Godlike had just left with one of their last surviving player. But Skylights Gaming, they did it amazingly. It was a 1v1 end situation where they really made it work into their favor, and you already can see the results on your screen. Let's just quickly have a look on the highlights there and have more discussions on how things started. And I don't think I even need to explain how things ended in the map of Erangel.
It's going to be very difficult for all of us to explain, Darshita, and that's the reason I need a break right as of now to understand and decrypt what just happened. And that's the reason Arka is going to join in us, and I'm pretty sure this action coming in from Godlike, this lets us know that Godlike are going to come back, and they have already jumped up with a brilliant match. And the next upcoming matches, get ready for the action coming in Godlike. But also, just like Arka is going to be jumping in with us, there's going to be the stream that is going to be switching to Loco. So head over there, and also for players and teams and viewers who are ending over to Loco, get a chance to win the Royal Pass. 20k watching 20, 30k watching 30 Royal Passes. Get ready for the action on Loco as well.
Shared this stream to my friends that yes, you do have a chance of winning the giveaway. Don't just let it go by your hands. Talking about the highlights more, well, you can see the sides of team TSM and Godlike getting into a fight there, and I would definitely say this at this point of time. It was this moment where Team Godlike just turned everything into their favor. From now till the end of the zones was a period when we just saw multiple things happening, multiple fights happening, but the most amazing and surprising factor was the play zone. The time that it made its way towards the areas of school apartments, everything turned around. The compartments, we saw three teams in one single compartment, one on the first floor, one on the second, and one on the rooftop. That was just amazing. But this just having a look at this just makes me go like, oh no, this was not supposed to happen. The sides of Team GL were running away for their life, making a run for the hills, but at the same time just dashed into the sides of Team Godlike, and that was done and dusted for them as well.
Yep, but at the same time, I really like the rotation coming in from the side of God L, is what I would like to say, because they knew everything which was happening around them. It was like Jonathan was actually looking at the enemies, but the rest of the teams were his eyes, ears, knows everything possible, because they were giving an information that there's a person coming in, there's a team at this corner, and he was the person who was like having like more than two hands, more than two legs to run in every look and corner and connect with enemies. Team EXO on the other corner, the team which looked more precise and strong. Look at the way they were taking this fight. Fierce was the last man over there who was trying to fight it out, even though he had an opportunity to take it out. But Rivalry on the other corner, connecting that perfect shot. We were speaking about pixels in this game, and it looks like most of these pixels were found from the side of Godel as well as from the side of Rivalry as well. But XSPARK, a very bad ending for them, because it was not necessary for them to come out of that compound with so many spokes in front of them. They could have just held on for a brief period of time.
Good. But yes, it's just a play about strategies, Arka. We are been discussing since a long period of time. I really think about the sides of Team Godel once again. If the finishes were not being stolen by the teams or the play zone, this team could have almost 20 finishes in their account, and that's just
Yep.
amazing. When you see they just get into a fight, they make it into their account, and they just make a run. And I would definitely like to mention the most crucial player, that's Jonathan. Look at this man. Low on HP, last surviving HP, but he does that. And he does it amazingly. 13 finishes, 14 finishes, no, not stopping at all. Going out of the zones, going all ham towards your enemies, and making it worth into your account. The last we were left with the four teams and somewhere like 11 surviving players. And at this moment, I thought that
Yeah.
okay, right now we have four teams. It could be at a pace, but Jonathan once again proved everything wrong. One pixel he saw and he did it.
Yeah, but at the same time, Clutch God over here doing the job for the team, right? In case he had a throwable, it would have been much more easier for him. Yes, one mag was already completed, then he went in for a DP. Over there, I don't know why, by mistake, he clicked on that reload button was the problem, but Jonathan in that final circle, before getting that, giving away the chicken dinner from his side, it was Gamla Boy on the other side who knew that, there's going to be a player trying to revive behind the car, ended up spraying at the right corner and finishing it all out. What a gameplay coming in from their side as well. But a lot of credit goes in towards the side of GODLIKE for performing so well. And I really was looking forward to see whether they'll be able to secure that chicken dinner, because they had a higher opportunity with all three men. They were like, every single moment they knew where the enemy's location actually were. They also knew that it was easier for them. But that final thought, that final seed of doubt which came in the mind of GODL actually took it away. If Jonathan did not choose to go in for the revival, rather went in for a kill, probably he could have connected shot against the side of Gamla Boy and taken the chicken dinner for the side of GODL. But I do believe that they have done the job for the team. I do believe that even though they couldn't secure the first spot, they have got so many frags, so many kills in their name, that that'll be more than enough to give them a very good boost on top of the table.
Well, points plus 15 plus points you get for the finishes. I don't know.
Yes.
That's more than enough that you really need, and more than that, they got a great momentum. I would say momentum is something that each and every team is just waiting. They need that. Once they get that momentum, they just make sure that the next matches that they are playing are amazing for them. And I guess that's what Team Godlike is right now looking forward to. This map of Erangel has just turned tables around for the sides of Team Godlike, and if this is the way they perform in the upcoming maps as well, at least upcoming one or two with one chicken dinner, at the end of today's day, Arka, we can see them coming in the very first sides of overall standings, or we can maybe.
Yeah, very much. But at the same time, this confidence boost, right? It enhance them to actually go for an all-out brawl, right? Because we were able to see that from the time they took in a rotation into the fourth circle or the fifth circle, from then on, tell me one point of time where the crosses were not looking at an enemy. Tell me one time they were not keeping that trigger on them. So I do believe that, they had a very good opportunity to enhance that gameplay. They had a very good opportunity to actually use those, firepower at the maximum. And I do believe that they have used it because of that crosshair being in their control as much as possible. I believe in the next games, they're going to be choosing to do the same. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping into a short break. We're going to be right back, giving an opportunity for you guys to share it among your friends so that they can also come in and continue to see a difference, or probably God is still dominating. See you on the other side. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Sky Esports Mobile Open. I mean, what a game it has been so far, right? Like the tables have been turning every map where we saw that we could be seeing EXO dominating from the get go, and then suddenly we had another team coming in, backing them out, they making sure that they are performing well. CHEMIN Esports put up a good show, and then we have GODL coming to show that the gods are still alive in this game and showing us how things can be done with more than a 15 frags coming in from their side. Yes, we were explaining about how each pixel is going to be pretty much important when it comes to this game, like every single time. But patience has been the key, right? For few teams like team XSPARK, where we saw that patience wasn't the key for them, they tried to go an all out brawl. But when it comes to the final circle, sometimes it's important for you to hold on to your now, and that's the only way for you to survive until the end.
Well, yes, that can be the only way, but what happened in the map of Erangel? That was just amazing to witness. It was like, a roller coaster ride that you just go into an amusement park and, have an experience of. That is something that I was witnessing sitting back on this desk and this chair here. I was like literally standing. I don't know. I'm just not able to express of what exactly happened. But once again, we are done with the map of Erangel and we are heading our way towards the map of Miramar. Well, we do have a lots of what ifs, but only many things happening around. But
Speculations.
yeah, exactly. But Arka, one important question that Sam has been asking me since we started with the very first map. What are your expectations regarding the play zone?
I do believe that this time the play zone is not going to be centralized. It's not going to be a default map zone which we usually see somewhere. I feel that either it's going to go to the northern side or probably come down to the southern side, challenging each and every player. Like we have been seeing that in every map, there are the times where most of the teams are abandoning the northern side, complete northern side when it comes to Erangel, but abandoning complete southern side when it comes to Miramar. The story can be different. For now, we'll be looking at the points table overall ranking so far from post match 9, ladies and gentlemen. This we can see that total team Insane Esports are on the top with 80 pointers for themselves. We're able to see that there is no chicken dinner for themselves, but the very good consistency of and the balance of placement points and finish points are going to put them on the top. Right behind them is going to be CHEMIN Esports. Even though they were the team to actually bounce back and play well, they are on the second spot with 69 with 37 placement points and 2 finish points. And let's not forget the 2 valuable chicken dinner they have attained so far.
Waiting for one single points. Look
Yep,
at this, Arka. Kevin Esports with 69, Skylights Gaming with 68, and Team EXO with 67. Difference of
yep,
just one single point, not in total points, but in finishes as well. 31 for Team EXO, 32 for Kevin, and Skylights with 30. This is just amazing. Orangutan on the fifth position with a total of 62, and the same for Godlike. Well, I expected them to make entry on the very first part of overall standings, like later
yeah.
after more one match, but they already did that with a total of 62 for them. 7C on the seventh position with 61, Revenant with 59, and
Yep.
Esports with a total of 56 for them.
Yeah, very much. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, an important announcement coming in. If you guys are missing out few of the action over here, do not forget to get into Loco, because that is where you will be finding us throughout the day, where every stone is not going to be unturned. Make sure that you come into Loco and watch us over there any second soon. But at the same time, looking at the bottoms, you're able to see that Blind Esports at the 10th position. Even though they could attain one good chicken dinner in their name, they had very less finishes, due to which they're still not able to build up that momentum. Yes, they're having 34 placement points, which is better than 7Cs or probably better than Revenant or OR at this point of time, but still they're lagging behind because of the finish points. And this comes up to say that finish points is even more important, but the balance is what will matter, because the story is the other way around. When it comes to the TSM, they have 34 finish but 18 placement points, due to which they are restricted themselves at the 11th position.
Well, yes, that is going to be the case. The next Marcos Gaming on the 12th position with a total of 51. Once again, single point difference is what we are seeing. But Team 8-Bit, a huge 10 points difference is what they have with a total of 41 for themselves. Team Entity with a total of 33. Team Forever with 33. But what's surprising, Arka, here is 7 placement points and 26 finish points. This
Exactly.
team is getting finishes, but getting eliminated on an early stage.
Yeah, they have better finishes than many of the teams on the top, right? It's not like that they
Exactly.
don't have I would like to say they're equivalent to Orangutan Esports because they also have 26 finishes. Those, that comes up to say that they have an opportunity to play for placement points from here on, concentrate on chicken dinner rather than concentrating on kill points, is what I would like to say. But the point of concern comes from the teams from 19 to the 27, because the momentum which they're trying to bring in into this game, either when they're playing for placement points they're getting challenged in the rotation, or they're not able to take any fight into the enemy's face, due to which they're getting taken down. 8 finishes is the least, to 4 to 6 is what we are seeing, but the maximum finishes we are seeing from these teams is 15, and it's important for them to step up any second soon, or else it's like they'll be losing everything in their name.
They can. They really can. The third sides of overall standings were, already onto your screens, and we know the difference that these maps are making. The schedule you talk about, you have multiple times this question of what map is the next. Well, the schedule is already onto your screens. We are done with three maps. That's going to be Erangel, Miramar, and Erangel. And right now, once again, the sides of the groups of my bad, I would say. A and B will get into a fight on the map of Miramar. A and B, we saw what Erangel looked like. And
Exactly.
right now, seeing them once again, but on the map of Miramar is going to be interesting and different at the same time.
Yeah, but at the same time, those teams who got challenged and taken down at the earlier stages of the map in or the game in the map of Erangel will be looking for redemption. They'll be trying to come in and avenge the team, because that specific ego against that team would have already built up, right? And at the same time, the teams on the top will have to look out for themselves, because every time they get challenged, then things can actually go wrong. We'll be looking at which two groups fighting it out. It's A and B, obviously. Let's look at the teams facing off. On the A group, we have Team Soul, OR Esports, Marcus Gaming, Team 8-Bit, Team Forever, Blind Esports, Celsius, and then AZTEC Esports and Legacy Esports. But from Group B, we're going to have
Esports, Orangutan, Team EXO, 7C, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, Rivalry Esports, Team Entity, Good Luck, and Team Easy4. That's going to be A and B fighting in the map of Miramar. Well, Group C will be joining really very soon. The team comprises of Team XSPARK, TSM, CHEMIN, Velocity, Insane, Enigma, Revenant, Force One, and Weird Esports. These are, the top 27 teams that we have in AMD Skyesports Mobile Open. But is this just about one game? Well, no, it is not. It comprises of six different games. Well, Arka, I would really love if you take audience through which games it is.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's going to be a one stop entertainment for you guys. Do not forget to get into Loco as well. At the same time, do not forget to subscribe to Sky Esports. We are going to be playing Battlegrounds Mobile India, FIFA Mobile, Hearthstone, Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, and Real Cricket 20. So all these games are a bit of it's a bit of an entertainer in their own way, and much of a larger entertainment within themselves. But at the same time, let's not forget the gaming partner Kusaya. Then we have gaming storage partner WD Black. Let's not forget it's powered by Loco. That gives it a even more opportunity for people to go in and get themselves entertained. In case you guys are not finding yourselves in the YouTube, you'll be finding us on Loco itself, as the stream is going to continue over there. All these things said and done, Darshita, which is the team to watch out for you when it comes to the map of Miramar? On a brief, if you would like to justify your statement.
Seen both these groups fighting in the map of Erangel, as I told, and it was Skylight Gaming who did it amazingly. Once again,
Yeah.
I am somewhere hoping the same kind of gameplay, but yes, it completely depends on the map as well. You can't expect the same gameplay you saw in the map of Erangel, so for the map of Miramar, and this is the reason, I guess. Having eye on one single team, that's difficult. That is really very difficult, but yes, at the same time, if you ask me what strategies or what Miramar is going to look like, we saw that happening, and it's going to be the second time. So Arka, it is different.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it's going to be very different, but at the same time, that high ground advantage by given to any team, in case they're able to dominate it, we know what kind of frags they can attain. In case that is going to be blessed towards the side of God L, I do believe they can continue their domination which they have done in the previous game, but rather this time, in case that domination goes in their favor, I know the results are going to be different and they're going to be acquiring that winner chicken dinner for themselves. And in case they do it as well, and we all know where they'll be standing, because a comeback into the sixth position will give them a lot of confident boost to go to the top any second soon. And there's not been much difference, is what I would like to say, right? In the sixth position to the first position, we are able to see the difference is somewhere around 13 to 14 points, less than a 20, obviously. So that one chicken dinner will be more than enough for them to, make it on the top and continue the domination, in case they will be able to do so. But let's not forget the comeback kings, that's going to be Team EXO. In case they get suppressed, we all have to watch out for the gameplay uniquely changed when it comes to the map of Miramar, where they're going to support their assaulter. Any team is going to support their assaulters, be the eyes and ears for them, so that they can go in and dominate.
To dominate. We have seen teams running away with points, and let's just have a look on the map as it is already started. The map of Miramar. There you go. You have been waiting for it. You have been asking for it, and that's already onto your screen. Talking about the fly path here. This time, it is just in the centers, cutting the map into
Exactly.
50-50, or maybe somewhere near to portion, not exactly sure of what it is, but I'm not yet sure. I can't predict of what first zone will really look like, Alka.
Yeah, pretty much, because going from the northern side of Impala, ending at the southern side of El Pozo, dissecting San Martin. So we have to see which team will be actually going in for an early skirmish. And what did I say? What did I speculate from the beginning? It's going to take a very southern shift, giving an